Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. It is Friday. We made it to the end of the week. North American stock futures, unfortunately, pointing back to the south side today. We had a big run up yesterday in the afternoon, obviously, so we're reversing some of those gains. That was led primarily by energy and banking stocks yesterday. We got the latest reading on the U.S. retail sector out this morning at 8:30. That obviously came in a lot worse than expected. 16.4% decline in retail sales in the U.S. last month. That was versus a decline of 12% expected. So as expected, the retail sector not too good in the U.S. at the moment. As we mentioned, banking and energy stocks were the main driver of the rally yesterday. We saw strength continuing in big name tech companies as well. We're watching shares of Chinese-based online retailer JD.com this morning after they reported their latest quarterly earnings that came in better than expected. DraftKings as well. We've been looking at that on the show over the past few days, also out with their latest report. Apple shares are lower, some renewed U.S.-China tensions possibly surrounding Huawei. We'll talk about that coming up. Elsewhere on the data front, April U.S. industrial production numbers coming out in about 14 minutes, 9:15, we'll tell you that. And University of Michigan sentiment numbers this morning at 10 o'clock. It is Friday, May 15th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. And there's a look at APAC markets, Asian markets from overnight. Pretty mixed overall. Australia back to the upside. We had energy stocks leading the way for Australia higher, but look at the Chinese markets there, both in negative territory. In India, the Nifty to the downside as well. Let's go over to Europe and see how things are shaping up so far throughout the European landscape. Yeah, pretty mixed here as well. The majority in positive territory, but looks like France and Spain there to the downside so far. We'll have a look at North America and see how futures are looking. Yeah, it's still pretty red here right across the board. The S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, all in negative territory. TSX futures here in Toronto pointing to about a 0.3% decline. Brazil's open already, trading to the downside. Bitcoin lower this morning. We have crude oil moving higher again, 3.8%, and gold also in positive territory. All about U.S. and China this morning, guys. We had a tweet out late yesterday. Good morning, guys. Suggesting that the U.S. is planning more restrictions when it comes to imports of Huawei products, to which China responded and said any U.S. company with manufacturing facilities in China going to be placed on an unreliable source list, which will cause more investigations for Apple, Cisco, the Qcoms of the world, all that kind of fun stuff. Guys, it's Friday.
Yeah, and I feel like if the floor was populated, one of our guys back here, shout out Pratt, I know you want to get back on the floor. He'd be calling it Free Fall Friday for sure, a little term he coined over here. Obviously, it's going to be an active morning. We're down 1% on that ES you saw there. I want to switch things up when I show you guys the numbers. Usually, we only show you the top trader in each individual market. This time at Day Trader World, I want to show you the top 10 traders, and it's going to show you what they made, but also the markets that they looked at. So, the number one trader actually was exclusive trading in Europe, 19,000. Amsterdam, Brussels, London, Paris, they traded. The number two trader pulled in 17,000. They traded TSX, Amex, CME, NASDAQ, New York, NYMEX, so futures and equities as well. Number three trader, 14,500. Primarily sticking to the U.S. markets here, NASDAQ, New York, and then some European traders at 13,000 again. So you are seeing five figures sort of across the board sprinkled in, but a lot of European trading mixed in with what we see here, which is obviously going to be U.S. equity trading primarily, and a little bit of futures when we talk to Arun. So once again, volatility is here. Another day looks like we have a lot of names to be looking at, so lots to get to, and a great guest coming up in just a little bit here, Sean.
Yeah, no, and it's already a nice day here. I'm going to tweet this out right now. Yeah, we're going to have Chris on very soon. But look at ACB already. Already short here, 850, took some out 840, took some out 835. So, guys, let's go. We're bearish on this name today. ACB, you don't deserve to be up 26%. So we're going to alley-oop the market on this one and take this short to the bank, baby. It's already starting here, Brendan. Let's go.
Yeah, another earnings name there, Aurora Cannabis, reporting aftermarket yesterday. Let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. I wish you a great trading day and we are here to make it even better. Guys, starting on Monday, we'll be sending out our free morning watch list. Hit the link I'm sending on the chat and simply put your name and email address. Guys, also it's our tradition to reach more than 200 likes before the market opens. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel to catch us live every day at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. I believe we are ready for our guest of the day. Back to Brandon.
Yeah, let's get going. Lots to get to this morning. Definitely sign up for the watch list so you can join us at 9 o'clock and follow along. All the symbols that are on that watch list you'll find in the ticker at the bottom of the screen as well. That's not just a random ticker. That's all the symbols that we're going to be looking at throughout the session. Christopher Mullion from the Technical Traders joining us once again. Good to see you, Chris. Really glad that you wanted to talk about small caps today. We're going to discuss the Russell, not something or not an index we really pay much attention to outside of individual names. But we saw over the past couple of sessions, Chris, that it was in fact the Russell and small caps that were kind of leading this market back to the downside. So an interesting level for the Russell.
Yeah, the Russell 2000, I mean, a lot of people don't really follow it, but it's a really powerful index and it tends to lead the way because if money is really bullish, they buy the small caps because they can make 20, 30% momentum moves very quickly. But when people are afraid, those are also usually the first stocks to show signs of warning. And a few days ago, it started to show signs that it was exhaustion. It was showing a bearish pattern. And yesterday it started to break down. And today it's really, it's showing more signs of weakness. So it's not a good sign. And it showed weakness about 2 or 3 days before the broad market. And
yeah, we saw
something to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we saw the 40% plus move off of the lows for the Russell. The NASDAQ obviously just going positive last week for the first time in weeks. So we're at some pretty key technical levels. We're going to get the chart up here. Tell us what you're seeing when it comes to IWM if you want to follow along with the ETF.
Yeah, the IWM, I mean, that mimics the Russell 2000. And I drew that chart a couple of days ago. But you can see here that first green line where the red line breaks through and bounces off it, that's what we hit yesterday. And that is a key support level. We saw the markets tag that, and then we saw a huge reversal and a bounce off that yesterday. Now, I don't know if that was the Fed stepping in, buying a bunch more ETFs and driving the market higher, but that was a support level, and all the indexes bounced off that. And today we're seeing that start to roll over. And that's kind of I call it a chart apartment. You draw all the support and resistance levels, and when you break through a floor, you're going to fall to the next floor before you have some type of bounce. And so that's what we're looking for. Each green line is a floor. We're going to continue to bounce off one, and then when you break through it, you go down to the next. And so that's pretty much laid out there in that chart, and it makes trading a lot more simple when you know where to pull money off the table and in those trades.
We saw such an impressive move off the lows from back in March, obviously, for all of the markets. At this point, are we looking for some sort of support to come in? Considering this, maybe just a little bit of a pullback, maybe a higher low to be put in before the overall market continues back to the upside?
It could happen, but we're seeing a big shift. Like when you look at intermarket analysis, you look at the different commodities and sectors. You look at wood, you look at gold, you look at what high yield bonds are doing compared to regular bonds. There's a lot of things going on, and even utilities. I think utilities, I'm waiting for those to come to life, and I think they might actually hold up better today. But all those kind of safe haven plays and those ratios are really starting to point to big money is actually flowing out of the market. They're slowly moving into defensive plays. And when certain levels are reached, which is what we just started to see yesterday, that's usually a sign that the market is about to kind of slide a little bit lower. It's kind of where the big money is actually slowly shifting. And that's how I follow them, is through a bunch, about 6 different sectors and markets. So I think we're going to see those, the markets start to head lower simply because the internals are telling us big money is moving to the downside.
You mentioned gold there briefly. You also sent over a chart of GLD. What are you seeing when it comes to GLD? We saw a nice move to the upside yesterday.
Yeah, GLD has been forming a beautiful bull flag or a pennant formation. It's primed and ready to break out. Now, when a pattern is this clean and this perfect, you have to also be aware the market's going to probably try to shake you out. Not always, but that red line shows where there's 3 little support levels, and the market makers and the market has a way of just moving the price and running the longs out, scaring them out, triggering stops each time one of those support levels is broken. and then you see it take off to the upside. Now, yesterday we saw a breakout to the upside. Silver leading the pack, really up 4%. Today it's up almost 4 or 5% again. And I'm expecting silver to lead the way. But gold and precious metal sector is definitely one coming into favor right now, just because this is the time that they typically shine, which is late bull market, potentially early bear market. And everything is showing that, they're coming to life.
Great stuff, Chris. Great information as always. We appreciate your time this morning. Check out thetechnicaltraders.com. Best of luck today. We'll speak to you again soon.
Thanks, Brendan. Take care, guys.
There we go, guys. We'll look at some different aspects of the market that we don't pay much attention to in the morning. Anyways, we saw a nice move in GLD yesterday to the upside. The Russell as well, some small caps moving around over the past couple of sessions, giving you plenty of opportunities. Let's get into what is moving around in the pre-market this morning. The first one I want to get to here, JD.com, the China-based online retailer, reporting first quarter profit and revenue that beat expectations. The company, though, was able to remain fully operational throughout the COVID-19 pandemic. Annual active customer accounts grew, guys, by 24.8% to 387.4 million, which is a key metric in that space. So we are higher here, but obviously coming back to the downside. Looks like, wow, yeah, $50 right here in front of us.
Yeah, I mean, I came in here and obviously you make these highs and you don't have many levels to work from, so I'm watching pre-market action. Not a tremendous amount of volume when I first sat down, but we did see some levels emerge at 51 and then 50, 70 here. We're flushing off that right now. I kind of wish, I just got into VTIQ short here, looking at 2350 break in the chat, and I kind of wish it had been a 50-40 break here on JD.com. Now, look at the aftermarket action, 49.50. That could be a bit of a bounce type play. Maybe it gives you a re-entry if we get a retracement. If it's going to be a sell Friday, I think that will include maybe taking some profits in some names that have gapped up. So looking at 51 resistance, also looking to see if it can catch that bounce off the post-market levels from yesterday.
I mean, we really like the stock, but the thing is that you have all this rhetoric now with China and, apparently they're going to be held responsible for COVID, or are they not? Another name here that's on watch for that exact same reason, of course, Qualcomm, getting hit today on that same type of stuff here. Apple getting hit as well. So, yeah, there's lots happening here on the, on the international tariff front and threats back and forth between the two heavyweights. So some of these names getting thrown out today. And I sort of expect JD had a great quarter. I mean, we're busting out. I mean, check out the daily chart here. It's all-time highs. There's no doubt about that. Let's go. Where's my daily chart there? Hopefully it loads. There it is. I mean, we're way up here. We're coming from the, the depths of 2025 up to $50. It's been held strong through coronavirus. It's kind of like the Chinese Amazon over there. Deals with Alibaba. It's a big name. I don't mind it today, but I'm a little nervous just because of all the Chinese U.S. rhetoric.
All right, guys, let's go to Sean. You were trading DraftKings over the past couple of sessions, one that's been moving around over the past week or so. They reported their first earnings since the business combination was complete. Quarterly revenue of $88.5 million for old DK and SB Tech, which was the prior company after the combination was complete. Quarterly revenue, though, was up 30% despite the COVID-19 pandemic and obviously the shutdown of sports, guys. So DKNG, Sean, what are you seeing here?
Yeah, the shutdown of sports, not good, but sports apparently coming back, and when they do, people will be gambling. So yeah, I do like DraftKings. I like it more for a longer term play. Today, I don't know if those numbers really mean anything. Again, we just talked about, obviously they're going to be light on volume. It's nice to see that revenue up 30%. I mean, that's kind of strange to me, but imagine if the sports were open. So I like DraftKings for a while. The top here, 27.25. That seems ridiculous that we could get there, but it's not that far away. 27.25, I like that long. You can bust it through 27 as well. Look at this drop from yesterday afternoon. I don't know if someone knew something was coming out or not, but 27 down basically to close 25.21. So you get a $2 drop right here quite fast in about a half hour. So we know we can move up $2 right here. I don't mind taking 26 long. Watch this level here, 26.60. I like DraftKings for the long. I've been long the last couple of days. We've taken a lot of money out of this one, so let's just hope we can keep the train rolling.
Yeah, it's got some support at 25 is the first level I was looking at for a support level. Also 25.55 looks like a pivot on that one. I want to get you guys over to a couple of people asked about it. It's already, look, TTPH has sort of already done exactly what we look for at the open usually. Got this one gap side to the upside. It's up 33% now. Made a move from $1.60 to 275 top. Early. We got the lower consolidation, worked in at 244. We just took some shares out for that 10% mark. Still have 20% of the position on. Looking for a $2 even retracement. I'll reload if we can get back up to 250. Sometimes the next play is even better if it makes a run at the high of day, like that 275 mark, and then you jump in after the open. So nice one already. We'll go with, I don't know, we'll punch through because this one already punched through a key level to the downside here. So nice little short in TTPH. There's a few other names I know you guys are looking at. We'll get to them in just a bit, including Codex.
A couple of micro caps. That's a really, really tiny one. TTPH and also that Bridgeline Digital, BLIN, like $30 million market caps on both of those, so very small. Let's go to the cruise lines, guys. We had big moves in the cruise line group yesterday. We had Carnival out this morning saying they'll cut an additional 1,820 positions from roughly 3,000 employees who are stationed in Florida. They also placed another 537 employees on furloughs. So CCL here to the downside. I mean, the whole group kind of looking the same in the pre-market here this morning. Norwegian, though, coming out yesterday saying that they were already booking cruises once again.
Yeah, I mean, it almost didn't matter which one you traded. Sean was trading CCL. I was trading Norwegian. Basically the same sort of thing you're looking at. Just matter the levels that you really like. I can have CCL up here. I do have 1240 to 1245 was sort of the target range I was looking at. I really, really like this level here. It did make a move to this 1260, but you did get some double top action at that 1245. Then you sort of go back to the previous session, and then you see a bit of a 1240 top as well. So I think there's a breakout through that price that'll squeeze some people. If we roll over and fail through that price to that 60, I'll probably be shorting as it exits that price range. So first idea would be, of course, if it's a breakout, that's where the squeeze is going to take place. But I would love to have it fail there and then short as you see some of the people breaking long, give it up and then take some of that to the short side. So I like it once it enters that price area in either direction.
Yeah, 1196 for the short. Again, I don't know. I mean, I'm just a little nervous because of that run that it made yesterday from 11. We called this. We were short yesterday. Banger trade, probably the best one. Short off this 1150 break out at 11 yesterday. You guys saw that, and then bang it to the upside 1260, like Neil's talking about. We're nowhere really near 1260 now, but I think if we get there, obviously, I've already put the order in to go long, and I think we'll go short at 11. You know, we know it can drop, so why not just go short at 12 if that does happen? But let's check in quickly with our market imbalance locator here. I'm already short ACB. We know about that. So that's $1 million to buy right now. So we could get short squeezed off the open. We'll look to see on some key levels on ACB on the open. JC Penney, I mean, even when there was news, we didn't really trade that one. Bank of America, some of the banks back from the dead yesterday on the Goldman Sachs rumor of buying WFC. So GE also at all time. I don't know if it's all time, but it's definitely 52-week lows right now. 560 and Aurora Cannabis here, like we're talking about. We are double short right now, 850. We'll wait to see if it can take out this top 870 off this big market on open imbalance, guys.
All right, that industrial production number just out there, guys, down 11.2% versus a negative 11.5% expectations. But I just posted that if you remove autos from that number, it was actually significantly worse. So basically in line for industrial production on the downside last month. But if you remove auto production, it was actually significantly worse for the month. Let's go to Applied Materials. AMAC, guys, they reported softer than expected results in their latest quarter. Revenue was $3.96 billion, up 12% though from a year earlier, but they missed estimates of $4.15 billion for AMAT, guys.
AMAT's one of these names that I feel like we'll only ever trade this one when you do at least have some earnings on it. I have a couple levels written down here. 53.50 is going to seem pretty obvious here when you look at the chart, not just because of the pre-market action, 1, 2, 3 tests of it. You do have some post-market resistance there. You go into the afternoon run-up. It was a bit of a pivot and support level when it made that big move you see there in the afternoon. So yeah, definitely I'm watching this. It's trying to bust through that price right now, down that 2% with the market on lows. If it fails, fails off that price, one of the things you can do if you don't catch a short off the open, it may not give it to you, is if it gives one of those sort of first 30-second wild bounces, fade that one into 53.50 and then use that as your stop. Seems like a reasonable idea to me on AMAT. Probably not one that'll be at the top of my list, but we'll at least have it on the board to be able to watch these levels.
Okay, guys, ACB, guys, and as you guys know, the famous one, I don't know where it is, but we'll say fail on this 850 again. Cashed in again, so buy it here, sell it here, 850, get out 830, 830 again, sell it again, 850, get out again. Here we go to the downside. ACB just cratering right now. Nice couple trades happening for us on a few different names here, including ACB for the win. We're already pretty nicely up on this one off of a beautiful reload there, so really happy. I don't know what's going to happen, but if $9 gets taken out, I'm reversing that sucker long. Let's go over here, AMAT quickly. I love AMAT report there. I don't mind it. AI is a big thing right now. AMAT's in that game. Watch for 54 break. I'm going to be going long here. 54, guys, AMAT.
Yeah, we'll get to ACB here in a sec, but just seeing a note, guys, regarding the NYSE, the floor of the New York Stock Exchange, Monday, May 26th, they were saying, a subset of floor brokers set to return to the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. So hooray for that. We'll hit some fireworks maybe, because that's a step in the right direction when it comes to getting things back to normal. So happy to hear that for the New York Stock Exchange. Yeah, Aurora, guys, they came out with quarterly loss of 74 cents per share in their latest quarter versus estimates of 53 cents. So 74 cent loss versus 53 cents. Revenue, however, did beat by about 20%. It was up 19.9% month over or year over year at 56.31 million. So, Sean, you were just talking about that. I mean, what do we look at here once we get things open? This thing's up obviously significantly today. Aftermarket, we had 780. I guess that was a little bit of resistance.
Look, I'm a cannabis bag holder right here. I mean, I have this stock from a long time ago. You can see it's just been getting killed. Remember, it was reverse split 10-1, so this is like 80 cents right now. But I love trading it now. It's back above. It's in a reasonable trading range now. I love the moves when you're back over $1, $2, $3, $4. So it's going to trade really great here. Yeah, look. Good numbers, obviously, their profit down, revenue's huge. I've been talking about this for a while. The names really haven't been acting that well, but you know, with COVID coming through here, more people at home and Netflix and chilling, and those of you that are Netflix and chilling might be Netflix and smoking as well. And so I'm thinking, guys, that you do have a little bit of a move. That's that 50-cent bottom there, so that was about $5 reverse split at that time. So 50 cents up to $5.50 right here, and now up to $8. So from $5.50 to $8 in just a matter of a couple days. Aurora definitely on fire right now, and yeah, I feel bad being short because I do think it was a pretty good report, and I'm a stockholder, but I do like it today, especially through, you can't see right here, but 825, that's sort of this bottom wick, and it's been stopping now at 825. My best out, I think, was 828. So I'm going to be going short through 825 on Aurora. Make sure you have some shortable shares on that one. And then look, I mean, we've already made money. We could give some back here, but if it breaks back above 912, watch out for the squeeze, and we go hella long, guys.
I don't even want to add to that except for one thing. When they did do that reverse, 860 was the opening high range on that day. So it's not a random level, guys. You get reinforcement of that price John's shorting in front of if you go back a couple of weeks here, guys. So still a few names to get to with about 7 minutes to go. I know you guys are geared up for a bunch of them.
Yeah, I want to talk about Apple here, guys. We mentioned Apple, Qualcomm, Cisco, all involved in this kind of renewed China worries. Tweet out yesterday suggested the U.S. is preparing to block further shipments from Huawei, to which China responded by saying that any U.S. manufacturing done in China, those companies going to be placed on a list that will result in further investigations. Apple, one of those, so down 2.7% here. Right back to 300, guys, on Apple.
Yeah, so you think the 300 level might be important? I mean, just keep in mind, of course, Apple, you know, following lockstep with the futures, but in this case, because affected by this news directly, you're going to have it be down, you know, twice as much as we're going to see with the indexes. So I think it's interesting to note some key levels here, but also make sure at the corner of your eye you're watching the NASDAQ as well. 300, yes, that's a good level on Apple, but I also want to look at the stair-step action in case we get a nice little pop here. Let's watch what happened in the afternoon. There was a big time ramp off of 304.50. You can see this little bottom right here, and then on the way down in the pre-market, there was a bit of a resistance resistance. So I have a pivot at 304.50. If we get any kind of a bounce in Apple, if it's going to be a free fall Friday, I'm looking for some things to fade. And I was just explaining, fading just simply means as the market moves up, you're looking to sell into something. So you find a resistance point, you want to be selling in front of it. The other level here is the yesterday's bottom, 301.50. So those are the two levels I'm looking at on Apple, 301.50, 304.50 as well.
Apple's a good one. I'm looking at Qualcomm as well, guys. I mean, I like the Qualcomm fall that's been happening. We talked about, I mean, just look it up. I mean, it's Qualcomm, it's Apple, Taiwan Semi, a lot of these. Boeing is part of this possible Chinese ban of some of these products. So we're going to wait to see. China just threatening, they're not going to buy any more planes from Boeing, and they're not going to buy any more chips from Apple and Qualcomm. So we'll wait to see here, but I like Qualcomm better than Apple. It's just reacting crazy, down 6% right now. 74.50 could come in right here. I marked down 75.50 that I loved that level. I wish it was still up here and we could hammer that in 3 minutes when the market opens, but it's not. So right now 75.50 has support for sure. And on the downside, anything you can get short I like, but I don't know, 74 may be too much. We'll wait to see though, as this is going to open up. 74.70 right now, 500,000 shares. It's a good one. I like Qualcomm. Qualcomm might be a decent trading opportunity here today, guys.
All right, guys, let's go to small cap world. Number of them moving around once again this morning. APDN, want to mention this one, was a big mover yesterday. Gave you a great opportunity up there at $17, $16.50 to 17. Came all the way back down to $13.50. So $13.50 drew the line in the sand here. We'll see what happens at the open. Really, really tight consolidation in front of that $13.50 at this point. TTPH, that BLIN as well, also both to the upside. As I mentioned, the micro cap companies, very, very small on the market cap side and also on the free float side. Guys.
Yeah, and another one I know you guys have been asking about. Codex was a monster for us yesterday, obviously, if you were following along. Some of that was long, some of that was short, but you did see in the afternoon a massive, massive fall in Codex. It's going to be volatile again today. Obviously, that goes without saying. It's down 9.9%, actually down 10%. It's going to be short sell restricted. That means we can't aggressively sell to the bid. You're either buying on an uptick when the last print comes to the upside, or you're sitting on the offer and having it come through you. So with that in mind, the levels I'm working with, I already talked about this in the chat, 21.50. After this one had a crater and a couple of halts, that was a nice little pivot point. It was first support and then turned into a bit of resistance if you look after market. So watching that 21.50 like I did yesterday, we're going to initially want to think about shorting in front of that if it can fail, and then a breakout through that price. And then from there, you're looking at a target of about 23 to 24 where you'll start to get some chop in Codex. So once again, Codex is firmly on our radar. With about 2.5 minutes to go, that TTPH final target for the last 20 shares, like I said, it's going to be in front of that $2 even area. So we just took off. Our last exit point was at 2.20, 24 pennies on that one. We're looking to see if we can't get about 40 on the last little bit. And we would like to short that. If it does any kind of a pop back up, that's going to be in play for us heavily. JD.com, maybe we'll look at a little bit. AMAT, possibly, but I think it's going to be more ado about Carnival Cruise and Norwegian as well. So immediately looking at that 12.40 to 12.60 area that I'm targeting to short with a reversal to the long side. Hopefully you get a squeeze there if you like that long.
We're already up pretty huge on Aurora. Hopefully you guys have that one as well. Batman is in the house. Check out this, guys. 117.50 Boeing. We don't want to miss this short again today. 117.50 and 117. Those are all checked in right now. Okay, here we go. Aurora, again, I mean, it doesn't get any better looking than this. You get the reload, then you get out and out again. So a bunch of different outs here. We're waiting for 8.25 to break. It's hammer time off the open, and we could lose a lot of money here if it doesn't go down. So we'll wait to see 8.25 coming through on Aurora. Is Valeria doing the bell? Who's ringing the bell there? I don't see anybody over there. We'll see who is it? Val. Okay, yeah, she is. Okay, good. Valeria going to be on the bell in about a minute and a half. She's running and dropping her mic, so I'm really glad that I reminded her of that.
Things are expensive.
Okay, Qualcomm now, guys, 74.50 or 75.50. I'm looking at that. Short in front of that. Short in front of 76. Busted out if it goes through 76.50. Lots of trades happening today. I've got lots on my list. AMAT as well. Carnival, DraftKings, it's all ready to rock and roll here.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be a wild Friday. I don't know if it'll be a free fall Friday with a minute to go. It should be an exciting one. I did forget to mention VTIQ, which you can see I am short that one, 23.78 in front of the pre-market top. That's going to be the play. Immediately going to be looking probably at Carnival and the NCLH, of course, Norwegian. Those are going to be the first two things that I am watching. One other one that we didn't talk too much about is Smile Direct. So watch Smile Direct through 740 and our yesterday's level 775. Was a big spike off the open to that price and failure. I'm looking at that same level again if it does make another test. 30 seconds to go involved in a couple of shorts. It's going to be a fantastic and fun one today. Should be a wild market. Valeria is going to be on the bell. And do remember to like and subscribe. And if you want our watch list, make sure you drop in and sign up for that. It should be fantastic that we're adding that. Let's drop the countdown and the bell on time this time as we get down 6, 5, 4, and it's off by a second. 3, 2, and 1. That's okay. Ring that bell. Market is open. Let's go. Smile Direct not doing a heck of a lot right here off the open, but we are looking at a 7 even area. I like the pop to 740 ideally, but VTIQ already sliding to the downside here. Just got some shares out at 23.28. 50-cent winner already on that one, so that one punches through. I'm looking to see a failure down to give me $1 win and maybe even more. It's already down 9%. I'd like to see it fall a heck of a lot more than that. Not much action on Codex just yet. I'm not sure it's going to test that top.
I mean, I could blow out everybody's microphones and whatever if you want, but bang, there it is, guys. Big idea happening. ACB, we are here. We are back. We are huge already, guys. I told you if this thing crushes that we are back, and that's exactly what we did. 825, bang that out. Huge win already for ACB. Your boy has done it again for you. Here we go. That's it. Wrap it up. That's the show. See you Monday. I'm done, Neil.
You're done? Well, I ain't done. I just got 205 on TTPH, so we got our target on that one. I'd hit the bullseye, but more like we got the idea on VTIQ. Let's zoom in so you guys can get some perspective here. Look at this flush off the pre-market top. It's continuing to go down. It breaks 23. We'll be over $1 in the money if that happens. We can reload in front of that pre-market high. Again, this was a name that's been in play for a couple of days now, so all done in TTPH. We'll look for a pullback on that. Already made a nice one, and now it's all about can we reload on VTIQ. I know some of you guys are watching Codex as well. I would have loved to see this test up towards that 2050 mark. It is trying to get there. It's very slowly happening. Stop is in. If it gets there, we'll short in front with the reverse. That's going to be the play no matter what. CCL, it is not getting towards that upper end price range just yet. I wanted to fade this one, but it's got to hit that 1240 mark before I jump into that party.
I mean, guys, this has just been such a great day. Okay, DraftKings already 26.50. We take that long, breaking through there. We're going to wait to see on this one. DraftKings 26.50 just breaks out. It's up 4% off that report. We'll see what that one wants to do. Okay, Qualcomm right now 75.50. We take that short, get it also at 76, I believe. So we're going to wait to see now what this one will do. Qualcomm, hopefully this one reports or retraces back downside. With the market going up, maybe this Chinese rhetoric isn't everything that it's wrapped up to be. So let's wait to see here what Qualcomm wants to do. We do know that there's some negativity behind this name right now, obviously, as it's down 5+%. But I do love the business. I do love Apple, so you got to watch out here. Qualcomm is going to be a slippery slope right here. 76.50 is going to be the target area to get out of this one, guys.
Yeah, and Codex is now finally creeping up. So we're working into that 20 to 2050 range. You can see this was the test. It's a breakout for me through 2050. I'll give it one shot to fade if it can hold this opening range. So we'll try to get short in front of it with a breakout long idea over here on Codex, guys. So 2050, you want to be long through that price, but if it holds, I want exposure to the south side. I love to play both ends of this. That's just my style. So we're going to take a little bit of a short position. That'll give us Codex short, VTIQ still short, of course. That one's the money. I already took a 70-cent win on this name, but Codex firmly on the radar now. We've broken into that 20 to 2050 range. Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
A little bit of a move here for JD.com, guys. We got a bit of a flush down to 49.5, but right back up. Just retook this little pivot from the pre-market there at 50.5. 52-week highs in the pre-market, so we'll see what happens here if we can't get going back to the upside for JD, guys.
Yeah, that 51, so it's actually 51.10 if you look at this little ramp level that it had there. I think it's going to be an interesting one, guys. I think maybe it's going to be a breakout, but I might look to fade this one. If it bounces off of 51, I'm going to slide myself into a short position. TTPH, as it bounces back up, I am looking to short that one in the 230, 240 range. It's back at 222, so nice out we had there. But Codex reversed to the long side. There is the 2050 break. Now we're going to be bullish on this one. I like taking that little fade the first time and then jump into the reverse long. So now long that VTIQ back down to 23.30, so it's headed back southbound. That looks like it's a good one. JD.com slowing down in front of that 51 level, guys. I'd love to see it not able to break through this price so we can catch a quick short.
Okay, so ACB back up. This is why you get out and you blow that up when it happens. So that's a good one. ACB heading to the upside. Watch out for 9, guys. Now you could get squeezed on ACB. Our biggest position, though, right now by far, check this out, guys. Qualcomm, no idea what's going to happen. Futures falling here. Would have thought it would have fallen more than where it did. So right now we did get a little bit out down here, 75.25. But here we go. Qualcomm now. Now it's turned out to a banger. Here we go. Qualcomm to the downside now. We'll see what other damage this stock can do here as, I don't know. We just took some out there. What was that? 75.19, maybe 75 evens on Qualcomm.
John, speaking of damage here, the market's not really sliding too much, but VTIQ, this is what I love to see when these stocks that have been runners for a couple of days in a row die and they start to come back down to earth when we get these shorts, guys. 24 is our average price on the same. Just covered some shares at 22.75, so over $1 winner on that one. And you guys know about Codex. You know, I'm going to try that short in front of it because I'm addicted to shorting these types of companies. But when we reverse to the long side, already got some out in front of 21, so you make back what you lose on the quick short. Now if we can hold this 20 area, 2015, 20 even, I like to think that we can get to that target, 23, 24. Let's see if we can't go long some pops if we can hold up, but the market is dying, so I feel like VTIQ might be the even better play than that reverse long that we took.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty huge here right now in Qualcomm, so we're going to wait to see if that one can touch down. It touches down again, 75.13. Like Neil said, with this market dying, I sort of thought Qualcomm would be see you later as well, but it doesn't look like it wants to go down as much as I thought it would, so we're going to watch out for these shorts right now. Put a few more bids down here at 75 even, but Qualcomm, hopefully 75.50, big amount of shares, and we're short on this one, so we're hoping Qualcomm can crack right now through 75. Doesn't really look like it wants to do that, so I will put some more shares down here at 75, see if we get picked up. Here it comes. Let's go for a nice little 50-cent winner, but we do want more. I'm still thinking we break down below here, guys. 74.60, 74.70. Let's just make that happen. I don't know.
$1.70 we just got on VTIQ, and we're going to hang on here. We're short. We got this pre-market top that we can use. You can see where this has come from. Forget about all that action, guys. This is what we're talking about. Still hanging on to the short. Looks like it could be a potential home run if we can slide any further. We break 22. I'm looking to see if we can catch over a 10% gain on VTIQ, but we got to get it to my main man, Brendan. I know he's got some news for us.
Yeah, big destruction, guys, for Cassava Sciences, a name we've traded on the show before. $8 yesterday. This thing's at $1.80. So yeah, one of their Alzheimer's treatments that they were very, very excited about apparently failed in a late stage trial. So big time move to the downside for SAVA, guys.
Wow, apparently failed, died a big time death. Wow, look at the daily chart on Sava. This is a name that I have traded before. I kind of feel like there should be at least some kind of a gap fill play here for anybody that wants to at least try the long. I'm going to look at what happens at $2. I don't really have any levels down here, so we're going to watch the level 2. See if we don't pick up some buying and selling action away from those even dollar areas. Not too much to go off of outside of that. BLIN was another one I promised to be getting to. We've just sort of crushed TTNP. And yeah, BLIN, this was probably a short that we certainly have missed. Tests through that high and then slams like an anvil back down through 250. Yeah, I'm going to start fading this one in front of 250 to 260. We'll be shorting BLIN. 265 probably is the stop. I'm going to start working into the short right now.
Yeah, good. VTIQ, great short there. Qualcomm, like I said, this is why you got to take some out, guys. We talked about Qualcomm being stronger than the market was apparently there, so there you go. Qualcomm. Okay. Aurora just goes to the upside there, so now we go from our short, now we take that long. This is sort of that level that we liked up here at 915. We said it could get blown out the top. 37%, 38%. We are now long 912 on this name. So Aurora going back to the upside here. So you give up some of your profits. This is why you really got to capture it when you get that squeeze off the open. But now Aurora Cannabis to the upside. So nice little trading happening on this name here. Keep going, baby. We're long at 9.12. This trade may actually be bigger than our short. So let's go, guys. Big trade on Aurora. Wow, let's go.
Did anybody catch TTNP when it bounced back up here? I was sort of waiting in the 225, 230 range. It gave you 220s and then sliding back down, looking like it wants to test that 220 mark. I feel like our out was near perfect, but I got to go flush down a toilet. I really thought we'd get a breakout trade. Initial idea was short on Codex, and then we tried the breakout to the long side, initially take some profit. We then reload like a chump in front of 20 even and then just got out. So it looks like the short's going to be the play in Codex. We've now failed through a key price area. 2050 becomes, or stays, I guess, a resistance point after a failed break. So we tried the break. You make some, you lose some. Let's work back into this one in front of that price. VTIQ was holding at $1.70 in the money, not giving me the reload. That's very, very frustrating. But I want to go back over to Carnival. It's in that target range. So we slid into that 1240 range. Doesn't get to that 60. This is where if it fails, we're rolling over into the short. Now you use that 1260 high as your out and reverse long, guys.
Wow, guys. Wow, ACB. Wow, what an acceleration there. 950 all the way to the upside. Look, as a holder of the stock, me likey. And now we are long, so yeah, even better. Let's see if we can't break through 950. We're long at 912 right here, guys. So let's see what that can do. Whatever this stock is, Qualcomm, back to the upside now. We did take a long off that 76.25 break. We said it was a little stronger than we thought, so now we go long. We basically flipped a switch there. We're talking with some of our traders, and you got to be long, short, bias, whatever off the open. But then when you realize what action is actually happening here, you sort of switch up your game plan. And we went from hella short Aurora to cashing in on that one to now long and cashing in once again. So big time trading. I hope you guys are with us on Aurora Cannabis today, guys.
Now, I'll get to BLIN in a second. We did grab the short in that one. It's in the money. But watch out. Here comes that level. 1260 is the price that I'm looking at in Carnival. We talked about this one. If it got to the 40 to 60 range, I'd jump into the short. If it broke 60, we'd reverse into the long trade, guys. So that's still the plan. We are in the short already. Brennan, what do you have?
Just watching Freeport here, guys. FCX up 2.7%, coming up to yesterday's high here, which was 860. They closed a financing deal today. They also got a couple of upgrades today for FCX, guys.
Couple upgrades.
FCX. We'll try to add that to the list. So we're trying to roll over here. You see this little wick where it tested to 1260 on Carnival Cruise. I try to cash this on the way back down. It's a tricky trade because there's not a ton of liquidity as it makes that rapid move to the upside. I did miss out on it. We're going to see if we can't add our second entry point on the way down here. But remember, it's still a 1260 out. Hold true to that out. It's a breakout price. You do not want to get caught in the squeeze. When anytime you're shorting against a move like this, you have to have a very, very clear stop point. I'll get you to BLIN if you guys are watching this one. We've had to get a little bit of aggressive to the downside in front of that 265. So I've added a couple of times in here, 248. We grabbed some more shares at 240. You can see our average price is going to be 244 here. See if we can't get a slide back in to this pre-market bottom here. 205 would be the target. Oddly enough, the same thing we had in TTPH, a 244 short with a 205 target. If both those happen exactly that way, that'd be a kind of an interesting coincidence.
We're waiting for Qualcomm, guys, here still. We took that long. We've been getting some out here, 76. We're long 76.30, so it's just right here. I have upside targets, 77, 78, but we got to wait to see on Qualcomm now. We took the short, cashed in. Now we're going back long, so we're going to wait to see. Needs to break through 76. I mean, if this futures don't get going here, we'll be out again, 75. 30 or so on that one. We still have a nice little 20-cent winner right now, 912. If you waited for the long, then, I mean, you would be up a lot of money today as well, because 909 gave that one to you guys in the pre-market, and then it busts all the way, guys. My best out up here, near perfect, 951, I think. That's near the high. It is actually the high of the day, 951. So you're going to see up here, that was a great bust out. It's still up 38%. I still think this is probably a little overdone, but whatever. We'll keep riding this one all the way to the top. If it does come back down here, 890 or so, we'll probably drop this one. But for now, let's just celebrate and keep looking at ACB, guys.
Wow, 39% there, guys, for ACB to the upside. Have a look at CGC here as well. Nice look to 1450. Great example of relative strength, relative weakness coming into play. 1450 not taken out there, where you see ACB, the one with the news, a lot higher, up 39%. So CGC also moving, guys.
How about this one? Fall in a hole. We use that one in a while. Boom. I'm not falling in a hole, but the rollover is happening in Carnival Cruise. Remember what we talked about here. Fade into a price area. Resistance band 1240 to 1260. 60 is a breakout. Don't go long until it breaks that. But if it can't get through towards 60 and fails, you short this one into that range. Like I said, take profit on the way down when you're counter trend. We just got some out there at 35. We took some more out there at 33. We're still short here at 1249, however, so I am still going to give it one more crack. I will not add to my position when I'm against the trend. 1260 is still a reverse to the long for me. If we get a bigger flush to the downside, I will look to see if we can crack that 1220 and be a bearish day overall, but I just like that setup. The market's trying to recover, so you got to be aware this is still a breakout at 1260, even if we've just won on the short side trade here, guys. So we do have a few positions on. I will try to get the position board up for you guys. It's all short right now as the market's trying to bounce to the upside. Thankfully, we got VTIQ still in the money over $1 on that 24.20 short. Looks like it's trying to break 23, of course. BLIN moving to the downside, 244 short, and the reversal could happen in CCL. We got that 1250 to the short side. Brendan, what do you have, buddy?
Another virus-related name here, guys. AYTU Biosciences down about 10% today. They reported aftermarket actually popped on the report to $2, but gapped down this morning. So 155 held as support down there. We'll see what happens if we can't get back above 170. Maybe test those levels from yesterday. AYTU relative volume very high, guys.
I remember
yeah,
AYTU.
Look at that. We're getting out of some ACB here as it just does test 9 before ripping back up to 930. So we're pretty light on ACB. Just waiting to see now if it does come back to 890. If you guys could test Unity, I haven't heard anything all day today. So okay, $8.90, $9 to the upside. Yep, got you now. Good, thanks, guys. All right, Microsoft, we can have a quick look at that one as well. Microsoft.NQ, of course, on the NASDAQ, 179 and change, pinging near that 180 level. If we can retake that, then that'll be a good one for us to take as well. But we just need this Qualcomm to go, man. We're pretty heavy in this one, man. I would love to see it start heading to the north side here as the market has taken everything back. I mean, just I was expecting Qualcomm to get back going here. I still have some orders, 76.50 to take 20 cents, and then the more at 77. So let's see if that one can keep going. But it's nice to see Aurora Cannabis back to the high side here. We still got some shares on this one. Let's see if it takes out that 850 level, guys.
And wow, NVAX. Thank you very much, Marcus, for getting on there and letting us know about this one. Another sort of push to the upside. You did see it try to come back in the daily, and it had a lot of support down there at 37. Another breakthrough 40 even. You know what's going to start happening here? I'm going to start hunting for some levels to the short side. Will I do that? Brennan, what do you have?
Yeah, just checking on NVAX there. Not too much in the way of news for NVAX, but VFC, another earnings name here, reported this morning pre-market. Big gap to the downside, guys, but testing these upper levels of the morning range here. 53.50, then 54. Was 55.5 yesterday for VFC, guys.
And guys, the party does not stop here on Aurora Cannabis. There we go again. Out. So we're long at $9.12 right now. So $9.12. This is a 58-cent winner on a $9 name. We also had another 60-70-cent winner on this short. So today, yeah, we're on fire here with this cannabis name. So Aurora to the upside here. 47%. What is its friend doing here? CGC, are we up a little bit? Only 5%. We'll find out. CGC, I guess, reporting next week. I don't remember them coming through at all. Afria as well, another name here. APHA in the cannabis space as well. Up, yeah, so they're all up 5%. The big dog leading the way. Now a 75-cent winner. Wow, $10 coming here for ACB. Guys, this is 80 cents now in the money on this $9 name. So there's 10% for you right there, Rick. Plus you had hopefully this short as well. So Aurora right now to the moon, guys.
Sammy, you asked about BLAN. Yeah, I just covered some. How did you even guess that? Literally, I covered it. You talked about it right here. 227, we just took some out. So you're going to catch the first half out. We got 244 was our average price. I am still looking at a 205 target to the downside. If you see that turquoise line on my chart, that's just going to be me having an order down there looking for the big time move. Yeah, we missed out up here at a 280 consolidation, but that's fine. We jump into the momentum and we're perfectly happy with it. Carnival Cruise, we'll get back to this one. it's holding the top end of this range. So when we pick this 1240 to 1260 as a target entry short range, it looks like there's some definite resistance there. That's why you do your homework. That's why you guys should make sure you follow us at 9 o'clock in the morning and get the watch list so you can follow along, get some of these levels, and know what to work with. It is looking like an upward trend, so if it can't break 1230 on any kind of retracement down, you probably want to think about reversing to a long and longing some of those pops, in addition to the 1260 breakout, which I still think can come here in Carnival.
960, yeah, 1260. I'm waiting for that one as we go. DraftKings, we got stopped out on a small early position on DraftKings, but I'm going to get back in right now. I do like it here, 2662. Again, we don't take very many shares if it's early, but now I don't mind it. It's battled back. It's already seen its sort of bottom here. I hope 2550. Let's go long. There we go. So now we are long once again. DraftKings breaking through the high of the day, and it's rejecting it again temporarily. So we'll wait to see if that one wants to get going through here. DraftKings long 67, so right here you can take it with us right now if you want that DraftKings to the high side here. It's fading it, it's not breaking, so we're gonna have to wait to see how high can we go, you may ask. What is this, 27? We had some problems with 27 the last couple of days. 27.20 maybe, we bounced off there. I was long down here, 685 yesterday, and then 27.20. So let's look at 27.20 here, Brendan.
TSM, guys, Taiwan Semiconductor. We were talking about this one earlier in the week. They were talking with the U.S. government about possibly building a manufacturing facility in the U.S. They came out this morning saying they're going to spend $12 billion on a manufacturing site in Arizona. So 2.5% to the downside for TSM today. Sign up for the watch list, guys. Starting Monday, you can follow along with us from 9 to 9:30. We talk about all these names. This one was on the watch list today. Ask Valeria very nicely. She'll send you the link, guys.
And guys, there's DraftKings. Look at that. That's less than 1 minute. This is a 1 minute chart here, guys. Here's DraftKings. Bang, in 2660, out 27, out 27.20. This is the level that we're talking about. It's 27.15. It goes all the way to this. Now, guys, this is an ultimate free roll. We now have tons of profit in this name. Let's wait to see what happens. If it takes out 27.25, sky's the limit on DraftKings. We already have this one nicely in the money. 75 cents in the money on Aurora as well. It's going to take out 10, but we're light on this one now, guys.
Looking at Codex here again, 1950, putting up a heck of a wall here of resistance. If it breaks, you want to be thinking about at least a scalp long, but watch out for VWAP right there at 70. So it might be a short-term long right into that VWAP and into 20 even. Otherwise, if it rolls from here, you're probably looking at further retracement in Codex, guys. For those of you that are bullish on the name, reloaded in Carnival Cruise, right in our target range here. Anything in sort of the mid to high 40s in front of that 60, we're going to be reloading. Also trying to do the same thing in VTIQ. If it doesn't want to go higher, of course, that's good because we're short. But I would like to get a retest in front of this 2430 level. This is a huge potential breakout, though. If it takes this level, I am going to reverse long. You do see where this one came from. It's been a parabolic mover before. If it takes out this 2430, we'll get out of the short, reverse into the long, and see if it can't fill that gap in at least 10% worth of upside in that name. So Carnival, watch for the break, but also watch for it over here in VTIQ.
Oh man, I'm still getting upset here about Qualcomm. It just doesn't want to go, guys. We're long here. It's bouncing up, bouncing up. I mean, if these futures break higher, then it will go. But I hate being sort of, left to the futures to decide what's going to happen here. I really thought Qualcomm would go. We do have 76.38 here as a top side target there, guys. Subscribe, like, whatever, follow us, sign up for that watch list, guys. We need some more subs here. We're at 17,000, so welcome to the party. We were like 12,000 or 13,000 beginning of the week, so it's been a really successful week for us. Thank you so much to our viewers as we go. We're light right now on ACB. We have nothing left. We're going to wait to see here what it's going to do to the downside, but right now it's been a party time on ACB. Needless to say, guys, big winners here.
And JD.com looking like it might be a trade here for us finally. Watching that 51.10 level we're looking at in the pre-market. It's tried to bounce a couple of times off that. It's failed to get there, but you are seeing it put in some higher lows. So you're getting a bit of an upward trend after first selling back. I think 51.50 is a breakout price at this point. We'll see if we can have that one locked and loaded to get in. Stop orders ready to go. But here comes Carnival at 1260. Brennan, what do you have?
Purple Innovation here, guys. Little tech holding company up 8% today. Not seeing much in the way of news. They had a big offering earlier in the week, but bouncing back nicely. You can see big time volume coming into this thing right at the open through $12. So we're all the way up to $12.50 now. A little thinly traded, but PRPL, guys.
I mean, how far does Carnival have to go here? We took some shares, decent amount of shares here right now at 63. So I'm waiting for 70s. We'll see if that wants to get going here. But right now, Carnival Cruise Lines, hopefully for the win if it goes. We gave you this 1260. I know Neil just talked about it, but we gave it to you guys in the pre-market. So here we go. Upside here, hopefully on Carnival, as you see the futures now busting out as well. So let's wait to see what Carnival has in store for us. As Qualcomm, this is going to be the dreamer here. Let's see if this one can go. If it does, we should be pretty big here. So we're going to wait to see on Qualcomm. But Valeria, you have any Qualcomm shares?
Not yet. Hello trading family, and welcome everyone who just joined us. Guys, subscribe to this channel. We are live every day from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. Eastern time. If you subscribe, you receive notifications when we are back on air. Also guys, I'm sending you the link on that. Hit it if you want to receive our free watch list. We will be starting to send it out starting on Monday. Simply hit the link and put your name and email address. All your information will remain confidential. Also guys, you can also join us live. Please send your request at marketing@tradertv.live and you can trade with us together. Rick was our first trading guest and it was absolutely great. We are very excited to see you trade together and hear from you about your trading experience. And guys, we reached 300 likes in less than an hour. It's an amazing job and you're so supportive. Please keep them coming. Our goal is to reach at least 600 likes before the end of the show. And of course, hit the subscribe button and join our trading community. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
There we go, CCL. Matt, don't worry about missing the break necessarily. There might be a pullback in store for you. Just saw a seller at 1275. I took some shares out in front of that on that reversal. I got the same slippage to 1263 that Sean did on that break. Brennan, what do you have for us?
APT, guys, one we were looking at a little bit yesterday. Watch 1450. We're right here, right now. 1450 for APT. Big breakout yesterday, late in the day at that level. So a nice look here. Coming back in today to that 1450 for Alpha Pro Tech, guys.
All right, guys. I mean, we took a decent amount of shares on that CCL, so it's a nice trade for us here. And you can see this one, guys. One trade in, CCL bang that off to the upside there. Great trade on that one. Qualcomm now, guys, breaking through 76.50. Your boy is going to floss this one off because here we go now. So hopefully we just took some off at 47. Now we're going into the 50s here. Watch out. The futures make this move. Again, I want this. I want this at 77. Obviously, we're long, that's why we want it there, but I think it can go. I feel bad because again, these futures, they've been doing well, and I just would have thought Qualcomm would have been able to go, but right now a decent position here long. Qualcomm 76.34. We may have to trim some of this. I don't want to, but it's not having that move off 76.50 like we like it. I love playing those 50s, 25, 75 breaks. This one I thought would have been more exciting than this. But here it goes now, 76, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64. Let's go, guys. Nice little trade. Some Ryu Street Fighter action. Nice little 40-cent win on Qualcomm, guys.
I love the Street Fighter. Jarhead is asking for the floss when it comes to CCL, so we'll give it to you. You guys seem to really like this. Maybe we'll put it on a t-shirt and then you can pick it up with the merchandise. You guys love that floss. If CCL pulls back, Matt, you missed out on that one. I do like it to maybe get back to that 40 or 50, 40 to 55 range where you jump back in. So that previous band of resistance that was good for the short initially, that would give you some cover for a bit of a long trade. So you long some dips, buy some dips, whatever it might be. I think that's going to be your range. So we've already taken some out for profit, allowing me to buy some dips starting at 1250. Brennan, what do you got?
I know a little one from earlier in the week, guys. A little drone manufacturer, UAVS, up again today, 20%. They had a big pop earlier in the week on earnings. So UAVS doing some volume here, 140 up to 150. Watch what happens here. Was a bit of a pivot in the pre-market for UAVS, this 150 level, but huge volume on this so far, guys.
Brennan, you mentioned Alpha Pro Tech, that 1450. It bounced off 1450. I think it's going to give us an entry here, guys. I'm now looking to see if we can short this around this 15 to 1530 range. Just jumping into that now with 1 million shares. But it looks like it's going to be SSR, so we're going to short this one on the uptick.
Yeah, we're getting out of some CCL here. It does our best out there, 74, 75. And okay, here it comes back up, so that's good. I do want to give that one about, I don't know, man, 1240 maybe. I mean, I don't want to dump it too early, but you know, if we can break down below here, 1240, 1243 or so, then we'll get out of the rest. But right now, hopefully, CCL just continues its push. There we go. Yeah, see, so I'm just getting some out here. So like every time it hits 69, 70, 75, we have some orders layered in here to get out. Remember, we trade here. Okay, Qualcomm, I see you going. Remember, we get paid to trade. So we're not paying $4, $5, $6, $7 a trade here. We're actually adding liquidity. So when you sit here on an EdgeX, a BATS, a NASDAQ, an ARCA, there's obviously some inverted ones as well, then you get rebates for that. So I'll just keep piecing these guys out to the top side, but there goes Qualcomm. 76.77, guys. We did it again on this one. There's another out on Qualcomm, just keeps on ripping up. This day, guys, wow, let's catapult it. We're pretty big already today. Good Friday. We're happy for this one. It's Memorial Day next week.
Yes, it is a Good Friday, but it is not Good Friday. But it is, you're right, Memorial Day coming up next week. That's going to be a holiday. Asava just halted. I was going to tell you guys about the BLIN winner. Just making sure that it's a volatility halt. That's what I want to make sure. At LUPD, I just go to NASDAQtrader.com. I quickly see it's a limit up, limit down, so it should be back open in about 5 minutes or so. We're looking for a break back up to fill in some of this absurd gap that you've seen down 73%. Right now. So if it opens higher, watch for a 250 break. At some point, I'm going to probably look to fade this one. You know how I roll. VTIQ was a reverse at 24.30. We talked about this one to that pre-market top. It was a huge short. We did reload at 24.05. So you give away about 25-30 cents on that last short to see if it can't roll over again. Now we're into the long on VTIQ after having a banger winner to the short side. Still in CCL and BLIN. I told you guys we're going to talk about that win. Got to reload. We did reload on BLIN. You can see us getting out again. We're going to work this one in front of 250 in VWAP pretty much all morning long if we can. Still with a target at 2 even. This one's been a banger so far this morning, just giving away the money.
Yeah, banger. I mean, bang another one right here, guys. Look at DraftKings. Here we go, guys. I mean, these are the positions we have on. Qualcomm, 50-cent winner. We'll call it up. Rob, let's do our board right now. Why not? Let me just get it going here. We have to refresh it, and we will get it in a second. Update it, and start it off here. These are our 3 positions that we have on right now. And our biggest winner is already Aurora, which is not even on. CCL right now, that's 6 cents out of the money. But look at DraftKings, 40 cents in the money. And Qualcomm, 52 cents in the money, guys. That's how we do it. Big time day today. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Andrew. A bunch of super chats there. Let's go. We're huge today, guys. Let's go.
Someone was asking about APT. Am I looking short? Yeah, I'm looking short on APT, but we got to make sure we get the locates first. Looks like we had to pay a little bit for them. If you like the short and you got to pay for locates, sometimes it's just worth doing it. You got to pay to play. It's just the cost of doing business. So APT, I'm going to start working into this one here. We wanted this pop into 15. It stalled right at 15. The first level is 50s. Now it's that even level to the short side. So APT, add that to the short party. But the long side reverse, I hope you guys have been following along in VTIQ. If you missed it the last few days, it's been a crazy trade, crazy mover. We're now long 24.34. In the money, it just broke 25 even, so almost a dollar winner. Of course, we had $1.70 to the downside. Let's see if we can't get that to the upside as well, guys. So much like the cruise ships yesterday, you make money on the short, you reverse to the long. You even caught bottom wick here, so Street Fighter perfect kind of trade there in VTIQ this morning.
Yeah, exactly, and I wish I would have seen that one because VTIQ 20, I think it was 23.50 I wrote down, but I think we had to pay for shorts. I'm not sure. Did we have to for that one?
VTIQ we did have to pay,
yeah,
so it's
that's why.
Look, you got to pay to play sometimes. I think we have to process them ourselves here. Greg usually does it is a way. Hopefully he's getting better and feeling well. CCL, I did mention to, I believe it was Matt. We did like this one for a pullback, and I do see it coming back in a little bit. I got one fill here in front of that 1250 to see if we can continue the upward trend. You want to make sure that it holds that 1240 band. That's the level that we're looking at before. For the short trade, you can see us working a short and then taking it out in front of 30s. You want to make sure that 1240 holds if you're buying this little dip here. So I have gone ahead and bought this dip. I might do it another time if it does manage to hold this, maybe consolidate around 60 and make another run through the highs. That's what it's all about when you're doing trend trading. Identify that you possibly are in one and then see how you can execute and stay with it while making profits in that direction.
Yeah, oh yeah, and we are seeing a lot of profits today. There is absolutely no doubt about that, as right now Qualcomm up to 77, and who gave that to you? Thank you so much, Valeria, but it's cowbell time now. So because right here, you guys saw Qualcomm. We talked about getting to that 77 area, and guess what, guys? That's exactly where we got to. So good trade there on Qualcomm. Really happy with how this one panned out, and bang, there it goes through 77. Thank you, Matt. Thank you, Andrew. Some beautiful super chats there. We're trying for you guys, and I think we got it, man. I mean, it's been a banger day. Qualcomm's been huge. We talked about that short here out, then long here. I had to wait for it, but stair-stepping it upside. What a day. It's been fantastic here. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like, hit that subscribe, watch lists everywhere. Valeria's here, and Brendan is at the big screen. What's up, bud?
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets. Bunch of economic numbers just came out. We'll review those after this. Let's have a look at the S&P 500 first. Still in negative territory, only 0.4%. So we're trying to get back to the upside. The Dow about the same, 0.3%. You can see tech stocks not so much again today. Still 0.5% to the downside for the NASDAQ. Mentioned the Russell in the pre-market, only 0.25% in negative territory. So moving back in the right direction as well. The TSX here in Toronto, 0.5% to the upside. All about the cannabis space today. All of them nicely higher. I'll show you a bunch of them in a second here. Down in Brazil, the BOVESPA back to about flat. It started the day down significantly. Yeah, all about ACB. You can trade this one here in Toronto, 33% on the day here in Toronto, from 11 all the way up to 13.5, kind of consolidating near highs. Nice look for ACB off the earnings. Afria, another one benefiting from that. 430 held down here. We're consolidating around that 450 level. Big time level on Afria if you go out to the daily chart, that 450. CGC traded as weed here in Toronto, 5.75%, holding 2050. Huge volume, worth mentioning, guys. Huge relative volume right across the board in the cannabis space here in Toronto today. Back over to you guys.
Sava, you guys are mentioning, you're noticing it here. Yes, it's halted again. It opened back up. It took 2 minutes to move all the way from 220 or 218 to 245, and look, it's a 10% move. Unfortunately, for some of these small caps, when they get these types of moves, they just start halting over and over again because 10% is nothing on something like Sava today. You're probably going to see a lot of halts if it continues upside. I was looking at 250 break. We could catch that one on the reopen in about 3 minutes or so, guys. We got the reload over in CCL, and I did get into that APT short that we're talking about. You guys were asking if we wanted to be short that one. We did get it. I got greedy here. I certainly could have taken out a scalp for 25 cents, but I'm looking to see if it can retest the low, and I'm trying to trend trade. I see a downward trend forming on a stock down 10%, and I want to see if we can hold the position and work in and out of it. So if I can add more, then I might take that little scalp of 20 or 40 cents and then hold a little bit longer, guys. So with only one entry point so far, I'm looking for that home run trend trade to the downside on APT.
Yeah, we've got the home runs for you as well. Qualcomm 50 cents right now. DraftKings just bouncing around, guys. So we got to wait on DraftKings apparently. That's going to take a bit to go. We've been getting long. We are long here. 27.25 long here as well. 26.69. So we're waiting for DraftKings to give us the all clear up to 28 and change. I think we can get there. So let's wait to see. DraftKings right now 29.27 is our long. So we're in the money nicely on that one. 16, 17 cents. Our Qualcomm, we're still waiting for it, man. I still believe in you, Qualcomm, so let's go. We're almost flat on this one. We talked about it being a dream maker. It was not a dream, more like I don't know, a snooze, but we'll wait to see if this comes back to the upside here. Qualcomm still waiting for a 76 break, but mind you, it's been a fantastic run on this stock. One of my top stocks today, but by far though, my top stock is Aurora, and thank you guys for those super chats. I see those up there, Andrew and Matt. Great job on that one. Thank you so much as we try to keep bringing these winners for you. CCL, DraftKings, Qualcomm, we're all over these guys.
Yeah, and you guys love that BLIN. I'm going to do a reload a little more aggressive than last time. We tried 244. That was our average price, the initial short. This time we're going to be adding in that sort of 239-ish range. We still like 250 for the out, so we're going to stick with that. No need to change that whatsoever, but I just feel like if we wait for the perfect entry, we're not going to be able to ride this one. It is bouncing off of 225 each time, so you are taking some of that 15-cent scalp on this name if that's the way you want to be approaching trading it, and then 250 looks like a breakout price over in BLIN. We got the reload over here in Carnival. It looks like this is going to hold that little trend, so another higher low so far being put in. in. We did take more shares down here at 1252, like we said we were going to do. Now we're going to work some of it out in front of the high of the day. If it breaks the top, you can always add there if you miss the pullback, but you should take some profit in front of high of day when you're doing this style of trade. You buy a dip to allow you to work the trend, and that's what we're doing in Carnival Cruise, guys. Another winner here.
There's another floss, guys. Wow. Qualcomm, there's 83 cents there for you on that one. So, I mean, right now, guys, DraftKings in the money beautifully now up there. That's 40 cents in the money. We just took out 83 cents or more there on Qualcomm. Long 76.34 right here, guys. That's 76.34. We're at 77 and change. So whether or not you're playing options, whatever you're playing today, it's been a big day. If you're trading some of these big names with us, Qualcomm, DraftKings, and then Carnival. I mean, not much happening on this one for me. We destroyed it up here. I trade with a little bit bigger shares, so when it comes in and we get this win, we cash this out. So again, it's all about how you skin a cat, guys. However you're trading, there's lots of opportunities in all of these names. I mean, a $12 name, Carnival, trading amazing. American, let's check out American. I mean, we destroyed this yesterday. I think it was on that $9 break. You guys saw that, but today it's sleepy. Well, we can ignore that one. We're almost out of Qualcomm. We'll get out of this one, guys, if it breaks back below 76.50.
I was just about to type, we'll say it right here. Watch out for Disney. It just turned positive and then turn around at 106.50. Now trying to hold positive territory. 105.90 was, of course, that close price. I mentioned 104 as a pivot price in the chat very, very early on. You saw it bounce off there. If it can hold this 105.70 line, it looks like we're going to be in a clear upward trend, much similar to what we're trying to accomplish here in CCL, or are accomplishing, I should say. It looks like Disney might make that same type of play. So break out 106.50. Look to see if you can buy in front of that 105.70 range as well. Brennan, what do you have?
Not sure how I missed this one in the pre-market, but Sorrento, guys, SRNE, really big run up here heading into the open. 80% now. They announced their antibody test has shown positive results for COVID-19 in preclinical trials. So just as we speak, breaking two-day highs on SRNE, guys.
SRNE. Yeah, I got to add that one to the list. Definitely it's going to be a fast mover. We'll go back quickly. I know some of you guys are tracking Cassava. It did open up, and you guys know that I like a lot of these trades. When you get a halt upside and then it fails on the reopen to take out a new high, that's what's finally happened here in Sava. So you're looking for a short entry at that point. A lot of times you're going to look at previous halt prices. So the range being here, 246, as it's about to halt again, would be, you know what, let's see if we can't jump in here in front of 245. And then give our out, it looks like about 260. I'm going to see if we can't tackle this one to the south side and give it one shot, as we already see a little bit of weakness coming in to Cassava Sciences here through 260. It looks like that's going to be my quick little out there. I don't want to get too heavy in this name after it's done parabolic halt, and there's such a huge gap to fill that I wouldn't be as aggressive as some of the other names we've shorted in this same setup.
Guys, we'll update our position board just to give you guys an idea of what we do have on here. And I mean, I just keep talking about it, but there goes DraftKings. We gave that one to you. That's 44, 45, 46 cents in the money, but we're already cycling through that. That's been a fantastic trade. Qualcomm steps up to the plate, bangs it out, home run there on Qualcomm, guys. A nice little $1.20 now in the money, and CCL's 8 cents in the money. We're just, I mean, this Friday, hopefully it never ends. What a fantastic day. Hope you guys are doing this with us. Thank you for the super chats, guys. Let's keep that rolling. Sign up for the watch list. Hit like, hit subscribe. If it's your first week here, then you see the kind of damage that we're doing to the market. So welcome aboard, guys. DraftKings, guys, still up here. I mean, this is a 10% in the money winner here today. We're more. I mean, we've got 26. Look at these reloads here. 26.60, 26.67. We believe in it, so we take more at 27.75. And now we're huge on this one. Oh yeah, Qualcomm. The game, this one, I mean, I was pounding the table. If there's a rewind button anywhere, guys, you can hit the fireworks. You know, I'm going to find the rewind button on this one. There it is, rewind this one. I was hitting this one right here. We talked all about it. You guys see that on the chat. So here's $1.20 straight to the upside, guys, on Qualcomm. We gave this to you. I told you this would be a big trade here as long as the futures got going, and they did. I hate relying on these things, but here we go to the upside. Qualcomm, there's a day maker, guys. Hopefully you have this one with me. Everything running. There goes DraftKings, by the way. That just got out right there at $28. So yes, we smile. It just keeps on coming, guys. This ain't Smile Direct, but we might as well be on that stock because today is definitely a smiley day, and we ignite it with our first trade on ACB, followed by another banger there. ACB still my longest stock. And bye-bye DraftKings. There it goes again. Brendan, I can't stop talking, but you're at the big board. Let's go, buddy.
So much to talk about on a Friday, very busy Friday. Let's have a look at upgrades and downgrades here. A number of interesting moves here. Obviously, ACB, yeah, huge, 45% to the upside. AMAT here, we talked about catching a couple of upgrades after the earnings report, still in negative territory. PG&E, PCG, the company that never dies, getting an upgrade today, surprisingly. Equifax tried to go positive, but now back to the downside. Canada Goose and Wayfair over on the downgrade side. Let's have a look at a couple of charts here. There's the ACB, gave you a great opportunity on the short side right off the open, and then yeah, see ya, all the way to 950 now for ACB. Great looking chart there. Hopefully we get above 10 today for ACB. Wayfair, wow, yeah, big time pop here, guys, on Wayfair. Even since I came over to the TV, yeah, 166 was holding as support down here. We're at 172. Have a look at Wayfair, guys, just going nuts right now. Back to you.
Already got stocks that are going nuts. DraftKings, $1.50 now in the money. Look where we're long, 27.30 right here. We're also long here, 27. DraftKings just keeps on blowing up here, 14%. 15%. Where will the money stop, Neil? I have no idea. We're just cashing in here. I'm sitting here. We're drinking our coffee. I'm tweeting things out. Follow me on Twitter. $1.10 in the money on Qualcomm. $1.70 in the money on DraftKings. And yeah, you know what? Unfortunately, guys, sorry about that, but bang, another one. We punched CCL in the face as that is now at highs, and that's a 20 penny winner. Neil, well, I mean, I don't know. You take it over from here.
If you had that CCL, you guys really should have been buying that dip. We literally have done a video on buying dips and how you trend trade. And this is what we talked about here. You pick some up on this little dip at first resistance at 30s. We pick some more up here on the way up in front of 51. And now you're seeing it make some new highs. Of course, I'm still long here at 53, our last entry price. But I know you guys are interested in Cassava Sciences. Yeah, we talked about that roll into the short once you get that weak halt. We did roll into it here. I got a couple entry points, was able to pick some shares up in the 40s and the 50s as well. I'm now short 259. Already took some out here in front of that halt at 229. So we do already catch a 10% move. And it's halted downside action now. So it's halted down and we're short. There's not a better place to be. Brennan, what do you got?
I just found this one as well. ALLO, we were watching it yesterday. Big move off the lows yesterday, all the way back to 42, looks like 42.60, 42.75. Just broke that to the upside. This is all-time highs for ALLO. It's also all-time highs, guys, for DraftKings.
Oh, and by the way, we're also short BLIN, guys. We do love this one. I was telling you guys about the reload in front of VWAP here. 1, 2, 3, 4 times we've picked it up. This is how you work the trend. When it gets down to the bottom end, you take some shares off, you add to it when it comes back up. We're short here in the 240 range. We're taking them out here for that 10% range trade. We still like 205 as a target. That's what I'm going to stick with until we get that. We're staying net short in BLIN. And can you go long that stock? Well, I just told you my target's 205, so I guess if it gets down there and can make a bit of a bottom, why not? I'm riding the train short because I like the trend up in CCL, trend down in BLIN. We'll get the short in Sava when it opens back up and see what happens at 10.17, but we're already in the money on that one.
I mean, guys, this is, I mean, we don't know if we like this face or not. You let us know, but this is what's happening to me today. It feels like we're just catching this cash everywhere right now. It's been fantastic. CCL still long, guys, and banging that one out. Qualcomm, that's $1.20. Look, the best thing about all of these trades is that I've given them to you, and we all of us had opportunities to take every single one of these longs. The Qualcomm long, I had to wait on this, guys. The short, sure, we took that early, and we cashed in. That was huge. But this trade right here, I gave this to you and it went against me like 30, 40, 50 cents. I mean, if that's your risk tolerance and you get out, that's what it is. But I've been telling you guys about this one and also gave you the out down here at 75. So we did have a little bit of risk insinuated with this, but all the way back to the upside. The other one that we're really happy about here, and we only have 10% left, is DraftKings. I mean, Brennan just mentioned that all-time highs here. We banged that one out. Join us at 9 o'clock. I talked all about DraftKings. It was actually Matt, I know if you're watching there, I tweeted out all of these levels. I tweeted out all of these levels on Qualcomm. This was at like 8:45 or 8:40. Follow me on Twitter. I tweeted out the Qualcomm levels. I tweeted out the ACB levels. I tweeted out the DraftKings levels. Everything, guys. Even CCL. I gave this 1260 level so early. I mean, on my Twitter, join me, follow us, join us all, sign up for our watch list, guys. 1260. I mean, that was easy. We hammered it, and I told you it'd be hammer time. If you ever hear me say that, that means real shares, guys. So it's swish time. Brendan, hit us.
Another earnings name here, guys, Farfetch. Just noticed we were popping back above 14, actually held 14 a couple of times here. Earnings aftermarket yesterday, obviously not great, but we're showing a little bit of support here around 14. If we get above 14.20, might get a move. I mean, this thing was trading near $16 yesterday, so big move down for FTCH, guys.
Sava should open back up any second now. I am noticing it's about 5 minutes from the halt. I'm in position, guys. We're short. It is now down at 224, short at 259. So we're in the money. I'm looking to see if it can hold below and take out this 218. This was the first halt price. If that goes, you're looking at a retrace of some of these lows here down to 2 even. When that gets taken out, I'll get some shares out in front of 2. Then we'll hold on for hopefully a home run trade. What I can do here is have a bit of a break-even stop at 250. That way, no matter what, this last trade at 259 short is a winner. It can't be a losing trade if I get out at that 250 stop.
Yeah, Sava. Okay, yeah, we can look at that one as well, guys. And thank you for all of this support, guys. Valeria, please drop that link for the watch list. She will do that for you guys immediately, and you can sign up because it's going to be starting on Monday. Your watch list coming, and Brendan puts it together. Neil and I, we all review it. Thank you to Valeria as well for all the work that she does on that one. But right now, guys, we're pretty light on everything. Qualcomm, good little runner here, $1.30 in the money. We're light on this one as well, 10% left on this, but here it goes, still to the upside. Let's see if we can get that 78 peg. Wow, I can't believe this is $1.50 now in the money. Was
Sean,
dead
bit
right
of a seller here on 1285 at Carnival Cruise here. I just saw a big size there, 85,000 shares. I mean, we're in the money with a 1253 long. I will take some shares out. I'm happy with 30 cents to be able to take some profit. I still want to stay net long. It gives me some juice if I take some out here to be able to roll over and then catch some long at a 1255 pullback or a 1260 pullback. So we'll see if we can lighten the load here. Still in the money in a few names. What I'm going to do here, we should probably pop the position board on for you guys so I can review what we have because we have a few positions right now. We got APT to the short side. I want to build that one in front of 15. We still have it at 1489. BLIN's in the money, 239. I said maybe you can go long in front of 2. I'm not doing it till I'm out. 205 is my target on that. CCL still long, of course, at 1253. I got that Sava short at 259. That's in the money. We already took a big winner on that one. VTIQ, the reverse, is holding VWAP for now, but we're not going to let it break that. We're going to get out of that one. It seems like the short, the initial call was much better on VTIQ than what the long is turning out to be, even though it was a good one initially.
884 here. I'm just looking back at the moneymaker here. That is Aurora. We're just looking back at that one. We are completely out of that one, and we've been in the building, to say the least, today. Aurora still my number one stock, despite having multiple dollar winners on all those names that we talked about. Again, paid for the shorts on this one, Aurora Cannabis. You could trade it in Toronto as well, so acb.to. Guys, we're trading with Day Trade the World here. 63 markets in play. So you guys, if you're looking for different markets to trade, here's just another example, ACB over here in Toronto. I like it, but look, the spread for the share size that I trade, guys, the spread is a little bit too big for me. If you're trading smaller lots, then you may want to look at Toronto. But for me, I got to stay over here. Lots of liquidity on ACB. I like how it's printing, hundreds, thousands of shares at once. So that's sort of how you have to analyze it. And by the way, DraftKings still going to the upside here. It did fade back and gave some people a reason to get out there. I may dump. I have 10% left. I'm going to try to take out some maybe here, 28.50. Right now, 28.92 is where I'm waiting near this $29 level. Seems to want to bounce off 28.50. So let's put an order at 28.40 and change, get out of some of this one, and then leave a very small portion up here to see if we can get 29. But once again, I heard Brendan for small cap recap, guys. Let's go to B-Dog.
Hey guys, yeah, small cap time. Opportunities abound this morning. Doesn't matter where you look. This was a fantastic morning. I don't know if I've ever shown 4 small caps during this segment, but we're going to get through 4 here real quick. So APDN, the first one, mentioned this one just before the open, 1350. Big, huge pivot from yesterday midday. Came into play in the pre-market, consolidating underneath significant level. 1350 gets flushed all the way down to $12. Huge opportunity there for APDN. VTIQ here. huge mover yesterday. I really like this thing up here at 28, but obviously we're gapping down this morning, 24.25 to 24.50. Again, consolidating underneath that significant level. Big washout all the way down to $22. $2 move off of the open. Yeah, I forgot some orders out there. If you forget orders, you get a fill you don't want, you get out of the trade. So cancel your orders after you make a trade. The next one we'll get on to here, Remark Holdings, one we kind of forgot about from earlier in the week. Back at 160, came into play all day yesterday. Big time resistance level here, 160 for Remark Holdings. Not a lot of people looking at that one today. IBIO gapped up this morning on some positive news. 130 up here, a decent level for IBIO. 125, 126, all the way down to 116. Little tiny scalp, but a very stress-free morning, I want to say. Guys, that's a look at small cap world. Back over to you.
Stress is sort of managing the order flow. As thankfully I had a target down here at Sava in front of 2. Of course, we talked about this off the halt. When it failed to break that new high, you hunt that short. We live sort of called out, or I live sort of called out what I was looking at real time in level 2 in the price entry that I liked. We got short. We got out before the first halt. We held through the second one. We just got some out there at 206. That's a 53-cent win. It's a $2 name. Look, this was in the pre-market as low as $1.13, $1.11. Check that. So if it breaks 2 even, it's not like it can't go further. At this point, we're playing with house money, quarter the position left on, break even, stop. If it breaks 2, I'm looking at somewhere in the 160 to 170 range as my out, just looking at the consolidation and chop off the open as my target price.
Guys, yeah, we're going to give us Qualcomm to this level right here, 77.20 here. If it breaks that, we'll get out 77.20 or so on Qualcomm, and we'll cash in that dollar. DraftKings, good thing we got out right where we did. I mean, we told you guys that live. We were going to get out here 28, just ahead of 40 or sort of 50 there, and that's where we do before now dropping back down. So DraftKings, a little piece left that we will drop out if it does come down here through 27.81. Like Neil keeps saying there, we're playing with house money. I mean, we're playing with house money every day, it seems like, because we just keep crushing it. But as you guys see, some people, their most successful week ever, and it's their first week watching Trader TV Live. So okay, that makes sense. Keep watching that and hit that like, hit that subscribe. Tell your wife, tell your kids, tell your friends.
And do one other thing, Sean. We talk about growth there, and I want to give a shout out to Rick. We've seen your growth live. He was our first guest trader of the day. If you're interested in doing that, you can join Sean, Brendan, Valeria, and I on the show live. Just sort of apply. We'll bring you in. We can talk trading, talk about your trades, our trades. It was a lot of fun doing it with Rick, and we really look forward to doing that segment in the future. So if you're interested, make sure you give that shout out and sign up. Hit that like, subscribe, like you mentioned there, Sean. But we'd love to see you guys come in. Let us know what you guys are watching. I've traded 5 or 6 names here today. I promise you I haven't gotten to everything. I've completely neglected JD.com. Gave out a resistance level on this one and was only interested in the breakout. And sometimes you got a key level. You should probably try to go both ways. A lot of times I do. This time we don't. JD.com selling all the way back. It's held positive. Anytime I see a bottom like this, it happened sometimes in the cruise ships. If you want to hold that positive to negative story or negative to positive story here like it's doing, could be a nice little bottom in JD. If it holds the higher low at 49, I think it's going to be a reversal long. So 48.76 is that bottom. 49, if it can hold that positive, which is 48.96, we'll look to bounce buy to the upside. But if it breaks it, all bets are off. It's a downtrend right now.
Yeah, all bets are off right now. My hands are really going to be free right now. We do have a little bit of fruit salad up in here. It hasn't been too much today. You know, we got some blueberries, strawberries, things like that. I think Rick's favorite, we just shout out to Rick, I think he said his favorite was strawberries. But okay, we are out of Qualcomm now. Just got out of that one as that broke lower. Qualcomm, hold on a second, guys. Here's Qualcomm, 27.21 there. We just got out. Look, it's back up to 33 now as the futures go up. But look, this is the thing. I don't need these futures to fall back down here on that. I mean, it doesn't matter. We're light on this Qualcomm, but there it is out for the nice little dollar winner. We're waiting for DraftKings and we're waiting for CCL to get going. But right now, guys, hands off. We're already huge today. Brendan.
Guys, we were talking about JCPenney earlier in the week. Shares were halted in the pre-market. They've just resumed. Big move to the upside for JCP. They say they've made a $17 million interest payment and are exploring some strategic alternatives under consideration for the stock. So yeah, huge pop here. JCP up about 20%. Just went from 17 cents to 25. Huge volume behind this move as well, guys.
Yeah, I mean, obviously JCPenney is going to be a different style of trading. If you've never really traded a penny stock, start thinking in terms of percent moves. Start thinking in terms of the actual capital you put in, the notional value of your position. If you go to the daily, it's going to tell the story of this stock getting absolutely crushed. I like to look at this time frame so you can look at maybe the entire week. There is a level approaching 25 from earlier in the session. Look for a break of that price, potential breakout through 25 cents. If it fails here, we're going to see if we can catch a rollover. There is a bit of a pivot here at 22. Again, it's only 3 cents, but with position sizing, you can have a 10% move off of 25 to 22 and capture that if you're able to trade it. Just make sure you have the locates if you want to go short.
Yeah, I get a shout out here. Airplane Jane messaging me now. So yeah, lots of stuff happening here to the upside. I did want to check out WFC. I had 2350 marked down here as a downside target because in the pre-market, 2350 was right here and it broke, but it's kind of just did not much. Went down to 2320. Now we're sort of hovering around there as well. Bank, WFC up 6 or 7% yesterday, and then now fading back down here. Goldman ain't buying these guys, so you don't have to worry about that. And there goes CCL, now to the day's high. We still have shares on for this one. So the party just continues here, guys, as we just continue to make that money on pretty much everything we touch. So we're going to find something else for you. Maybe it'll be Softy, maybe it'll be Microsoft, Apple, sorry, and we'll see if we can't catch some winners for you in those names as well, guys.
Yeah, I'm not covering Carnival. I think realistically, the only thing that was done wrong in Carnival was not catching this reload. We've got all these little dips so far, 1, 2, and 3. Not this one, however, and it was $12.70. That was the price that we should have had. I'm going to dip into the short in front of that 25 that we just called out on JCPenney, but that's a breakout. If it breaks 25, I'm reversing long, which we just did. So reverse to the long side. It's breakout time in both Carnival at 13, but at the same time, JCPenney as well. It just broke out that 25, tried the rollover short, which I love, and then break out long. There is just so much room to go on JCPenney if it wants to continue this move. You're probably looking at 30 as the next resistance point. That'd be a nice little 20% return. Brennan, what do you got for us,
guys?
buddy?
This ALLO, ALLO, really impressive, almost 10% on that last little pop to the upside. $46 now. We were just at 44, still moving into all-time high territory. They had a positive trial result on one of their cancer treatments they're working on. So all-time highs, once again, guys, ALLO.
ALO. Okay, we had on yesterday Champignon Brands, which is SHRM on. Holy jeez, wow.
It's running.
This stock, yeah. Shout out to Roger S. McIntyre. Watch our show yesterday. Wow, $1.71. We had him on yesterday, guys. $1.30, $1.35. You're seeing today, guys, $1.71. Check out the daily on this one, guys. Wow, straight to the upside, $1.75 today. It's just climbing like madness here. So yeah, Shroom, symbol SHRM, Champignon Brands. Roger S. McIntyre yesterday giving us the good, educating us. It's an interesting space, guys. Keep your lookout for this stock. Wow, 2.7 million shares. They on fire.
And we just mentioned that 25 break on JCPenney. If you caught this one, we just got long here. It was 25, 58, so a little bit of slippage there. We're able to take some shares off in front of 30, which we did mention it would probably stall out at. 28.50 was the best exit point, so there's your 10% type of move. There might be more in it, I do believe, but you want to set yourself up to catch some reloads. Again, it's on 35 million shares. You want to be at least a little bit flexible when you're trading a name like this. I know you guys are also watching that Carnival. There was a seller at 13, and I said I'm not getting out of it. We only have our last ditch. We never got this little buy here on that dip at 70, so we're still looking to hold the long. I think you can go break out through 13 even. If you wanted to take your shares out in front of 13 and then re-enter the trade, I think that's a good idea. I might go ahead and do that myself, allowing me to buy the dip aggressively to 1270. Probably going to make a lot of sense as I talk myself through that one. We're going to be out here for the 40-cent win. We're only giving up 3 or 4 cents plus slippage if we have to re-enter the trade long at 13. And now we're going to load up if we can get a 1270 dip on Carnival. It's a trend up until it breaks. That's what we're working with here in the cruise lines. I'm sure it's the same story. And there is the break. So almost immediately happening there. There's a 1301. We'll re-enter this trade here. So you give up 4 cents. Not the end of the world. If it rolls over, I think we would have saved ourselves some money getting a better entry point. But we're back in. Got to play the trend, guys.
Yeah, we're still in that one. That has been amazing. We were hammer time. And like I said, guys, again, you can rewind whatever you want. $12.60. That's where I put on all the risk for CCL. And now you're seeing, obviously, I wish I still had some of it as we did dump some off right here. But there you go. If you still have it, guys, I mean, that's why we turn into an evil laugh now because, yeah, we just absolutely destroyed that one. Shout out to Carlos, my good friend there at Bear Bull Traders. Me and him have been going back and forth on Carnival. He knows how much I've been destroying this stock. So once again, buddy, maybe I'll tweet at him right now. CCL once again for a big time win. Brendan, give it to us, bud.
A little mining name here, guys, just popping up to day highs on decent volume. Hecla Mining, HL, bet 11% so far after earnings this morning in the pre-market were better than expected, guys.
I almost missed that name, HL. I think it's going to be an interesting one. I'm going to quickly put the position board on for you. We do have a few things that we are working with. We have adjusted Carnival. Of course, we're long at 50, took it out in front of 13, back in at 13.01. BLIN still short at 239. That's deep in the money still, 27 cents. I want that 205 mark. We're going to see if we can't get it. Of course, JCPenney, we got that break long, 25. It's trading upside potential. I hope it gets to that 30. That was our target, of course. And Sava still short 259. That's at 225. So every single one of those, look, right now they're all in the money. And we just took some shares out. Finally get our target in BLIN. We waited for it. Sammy, if you want to scout along, look to see if it can hold this $2 mark. I know you were asking about that earlier. 207 we just got out. Wisdom's Gate. That's a new one. Thank you very much for the super chat. Glad you got into that, JCPenney. But all that shout out is deserving to Brendan. Wasn't on my list. I wasn't watching it. It wasn't on my watch list. We didn't talk about it. He called it out, called up the higher time frame. We tried to give it to you as fast as we could. I'm glad you were able to catch that one. Sort of quick action there on JCPenney.
Yeah, JCPenney, I didn't call that one up. I should have. Let's check it out right now. Yeah, because I don't like to trade these stocks below $1, but obviously when they're doing this kind of news and wow, 17 cents, bang it up here to 30. Looks like it's going to break 30. Bang, there it goes. Right through 30, 31. Wow, maybe these are easier than I thought. All the way back to the upside there, banging it out. And again, guys, you can trade hell a lot of shares. I mean, that's maybe why I should be over here on JCPenney. But watch out, guys, if you're trading this one. It's a mover, needless to say. Up 50%. Good for them. Anybody holding those positions here. DraftKings, I mean, let's just review the positions I have on right now. It's only 2 of them. I haven't initiated anything new. I am looking at Apple 306.10, but here we go. This position, we talked about CCL. It's been one of my biggest trades today. CCL, we still got 40 pennies on that one, and we still have that DraftKings, but small little position here, $1.10 now in the money. So this fun just keeps on happening. You could check our positions at the bottom. You can check the money that we're making gross P&L per share at the bottom as well. But the fun just keeps on happening, and we're really glad that you guys are joining us live here every single day. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Monday, big watch list time. So guys, if you haven't subscribed yet, honestly, Valeria, please drop the link as soon as you can. Hit that link up, sign up, guys. It's completely free. It's a watch list. I think we should charge for it, but you know, for now it's for free, and it may be free forever. We don't know, but this show, guys, continues to be free. It's a banger. DraftKings for the win. Just keeps on moving up, guys. 28.50 now. Look where we're long. Bang, bang, bang. And then we'll wait to see if we can test 29 right now. But Brendan, did you trade DraftKings today?
I did not, but yeah, great opportunity there. I just saw Dropbox here, guys. Big volume spike on DBX. Citigroup just announced they're initiating coverage of DBX with a buy rating. So a nice little buy here for DBX through 22, guys.
And guys, this is why immediately when I got into JCPenney, we threw out a target, sort of told you guys 30 even would be the out. My last out here was at 28 and change, 28.8 or so on that 25.8 long. Look, it bursted through 30. It was a massive, massive sell, but look at the snapback failure. It comes back down into that breakout price, and now it's making a secondary move. So you can load back into it if you want. I just missed an opportunity in front of 26. I tried 25s. I really wanted to get the same price we entered the first time. Unable to, but this is why you have to have a target. Someone asked about CCL as well. Go to the higher time frame, I think, when you're looking for an ultimate target in Carnival, and you'll see we did have a level here, 1327, but there's a few, and I like this one up here for an ultimate 1375. If it got there, I'd probably be all out of it. I am also looking to play pullbacks, as I mentioned. This is why you take some profit on that first scalp. does it hold this previous chop zone, 1270 to 1285? We hold that, you reload into the long, retest the highs, you're buying dips, you're buying breakouts, you're getting out as it trends to the upside. That's been the name of the game over here in Carnival Cruise, and no reason yet to get away from that strategy as long as it's been working.
Yes, exactly. Carnival Cruise Line's big time winner here. Codex is .NQ here. I'm going to pay to get some shorts here. We're not short. We don't have the shorts yet on Codex, but yeah, big time move down here. We're looking for it to break 18, obviously. So if that does come through, Codex could be just another banger. So we'll wait to see on that one. CCL, we take it out there at 92 for a 35-cent win. So there you go. There you have it on CCL. We are now flat as my chart does not change. There it is again. We just hit enter. 1290, so 1293 out there, or 92.93 out our last bit there on CCL for, once again, guys, a big bang up win for that one. We still have our DraftKings, and we're still waiting for that to get going. No real risk on this one anymore. We're basically flat. If it gets below 27.50, we'll get out, but we're going to see if we can't hit a little bit more right now on DraftKings. Getting a little greedy on this name, but hey, that's the name of the game. You're not going to make any money or buy those Rolexes unless you get a little bit greedy here, guys.
Somebody said a famous line, greed is good. And if you guys don't know who said it, guess in the chat. If anyone that doesn't know, I'll be a little bit surprised, but throw it out in the chat if you do know where that line comes from, but it's a great one. Ultimately, you got to have a bit of a greedy tooth as a trader because you want to extend some of those wins. That's what we're doing here. That's why BLIN, I was waiting all morning long, sleepy trade, but you catch this one at 9:37 and we're not out until 10:32, which sometimes is an eternity, an hour for a day trader, but well worth the wait here. Sammy, it is trying to bottom out here at that 205 mark. So if you do like that long, maybe look for it to break 220 first. Test some of those highs, break that trend back to the upside. Similar to what's happening in Carnival. What do you think I did? Okay, I reloaded a little bit here, guys. It dipped down into that 1285 range, bounced back to the upside. Caught it on the way up at 91. Now we're going to work some shares back out here in front of that high, buying dips, working the trend. Brendan, what do you got?
Another little pharma company moving, guys, here. Looks like DFFN, Diffusion Pharmaceuticals, 30%, just broke 130 there on a decent volume spike. They reported this morning as well, and earnings were better than expected, guys.
Okay, let's watch out for Apple here, guys. Just looking back at Qualcomm, and yeah, it bottomed out here, 76.50. I canceled all my orders on Qualcomm. I think I'm going to be done on this one for today. Qualcomm already a big, huge win for us. We talked about that one, and really happy the way that turned out. But Qualcomm right now, decent winner. But we did want to look over. I told you guys we'd look at Apple. It's just mind these wicks again, guys, and maybe it's going to 309.50 here if you trust one of our guests. Airplane Jane likes these dark pools, so 306 and change here. If we could take that out on Apple, that's when we'll get jiggy with it. Until then, we will wait. But Apple right here, taking out maybe even 306.15 out of the top side. If the market wants to go, this does not look like a free-for-all Friday to me at all today. This market is back. It could still fall. If it does, there's been big moves, guys, near the end of the day. So watch out for that. Don't hold any of your positions past 3 o'clock. Wait and regroup as trends seem to be changing near the end of the day. You can see what happened to Apple yesterday. Nothing but upside. We were down 300-400 points or something on the Dow, and then made a lot of that back there. Apple ripping up $5 at the close. Wow.
Yeah, and I just mentioned to you guys, if J.C. Penney can bounce back above that 26 mark, I'm going to re-enter this trade here. We did hang on to 10% of our position, not a heck of a lot, but if it takes 26, why not give it a secondary push to the upside? Obviously, it's got a long way to go. If you go to the daily, almost no need to rehash that and beat a dead horse. J.C. Penney's been getting crushed, and you're only taking this one up to fill in some gap here. Ultimately, this is not an endorsement of the company by any stretch of the imagination, but we did just jump in here in front of 26. We're going to give it to just the 25 mark. If it can't hold that, all bets are off. It's already been a bit of a retracement here in JCPenney. I don't want to get too caught up. You've already had a nice trade once. You don't want to throw away your profits when it's had that kind of a pullback. We'll see if we can get a secondary move, maybe 10%, maybe not the 20 that it had the first time. Let's see if we can get it on JCPenney.
Yeah, JCPenney, good stock there. We talked about that a couple times already today, and hopefully you guys are, more importantly, just enjoying the show. I mean, we're trying to put as much effort into some of this as we can for you guys. Yeah, Eric, 34.50. if 34.50, if I mentioned it before, it would have probably been on the short side of things here. 34.50, you can see this is that level right here that has been bouncing off of a bunch of times. If I gave it to you as a long, that's good, because look where we are right now, 35.07. So no, I'm going to wait for 33.06. If I gave 304.50 as a long, you may want to take some out now as we're just kind of bouncing around. I wait, take some out and then wait for 306.10. I would rather you do that, Eric, because 304.50, if that breaks, we could come right back down to VWAP 303.50. So just be cautious of that one, guys. Brendan at the big screen with my favorite segment, Sector Watch. Let's see what we've been missing, guys.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the S&P 500, see what is moving the market so far today. It's been a back and forth kind of week for the cruise line specifically. So once again today we're seeing strength coming from the consumer discretionary group because of the cruise lines primarily. About 0.5% still for the overall S&P in negative territory. However, there are some bright spots. Energy stocks, look at that. The entire group back to the upside so far today, led by Devon Energy. There's Noble as well, 3.6, 4.2%. There's Oxy, 3.4%. Apache's higher by 3.7% on the day. So energy names all in positive territory. Tech stocks, I noticed at 10 o'clock, the NASDAQ was lagging the rest of the market. Here's why. The entire semiconductor group in negative territory so far. LRCX, there's Qualcomm, AMAT, KLAC rather, 4.2% to the downside. But all of these at least 3.5 to 4.5% in negative territory. Hardware names are weak as well. Some of the software companies, though, kind of offsetting the weakness, but tech shares definitely lagging. Yeah, here's the consumer discretionary group. Here's all the cruise lines down here having nice days. RCL, CCL, NCLH, all to the upside so far by more than 3%. CCL leading there, 5.3%. Some of the retailers back in positive territory. We just saw that news come out. There's JWN, 5.6%, GPS, 2.5%, and KSS, 2.9%. Quickly, want to mention the real estate stocks and the utilities also in negative territory. So overall, the market weak. But if you look at energy stocks, you look at some of the consumer discretionary names, we're trying to get back to at least break even, guys, to end off the week. Back over to you.
All right, well, this week won't be break even for yours truly, as it just keeps getting bigger and better for us. And you're welcome, Eric. And yeah, I see a shout out here. Of course, we love to shout out NYPD's finest. I'm going to trust that they're the finest. Zane and Cortosi, thank you so much, guys, for everything you do. Of course, we are here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. So if we do have any officers or any essential workers, frontline workers here watching the show now on a Friday, maybe you have Friday off, thank you so much again for everything that you guys are doing and keeping us all safe. And I just can go on and on about it. We have a lot of doctor friends and whatnot as well. So big shout out to everybody that's helping everybody. I mean, it just is that simple.
And you need to give the love. You need to give that love. Actually, in my neighborhood, some of the frontline workers were rolling through. You had fire and paramedics. Everyone went outside and giving them some claps around dinner time. Pots. Yeah, you bang the pots. It's just look, honestly, any way you can find to give love or give back. I mean, you find a way to contribute. Some of us are lucky to be able to still be doing what we love. We're very, very fortunate here, and we can't say that enough. So a fantastic shout out there. Thanks a lot. Do make sure, you guys, that you're tuning in every single day. We're doing our best to give all the names that we can to you, all the things that we're watching. Do make sure you sign up for the watch list. I really can't say that enough. I don't think we can. When we follow along, or you follow along at 9 o'clock, everything with the exception of JC Penney that I traded today was on the watch list, something we covered and talked about levels, so you don't want to miss out on that. Otherwise, something like this will happen to you in Codex. It makes this breakout to the downside, and look, we talked about some levels. It broke 19 here. It's a huge flush. We talked about shorting this when I was unable to execute very well today. Yesterday was such a fantastic day, but today we've really missed the boat, especially on this retracement to that 20 even area. It is what it is, guys. Sometimes it's going to happen to you, but get the watch list so it doesn't happen in the future, and you know those levels ahead of time.
I mean, we can't keep saying enough, apparently, about the watch list here today. And it comes out on Monday, guys, so watch out for that one. Big shout out to everybody. Hit that like, hit that subscribe button for us so that we can understand that we're trying to get to 30,000 subscribers. Would be nice. And after that, 100,000, and after that, 1 million. So we'll see. I guess people have 1 million subscribers, right? We'll wait to see if that one can come through. Yeah, still waiting on this Apple. Mr. Softy is going to be in the building. Maybe. These stocks are negative today, guys. The tech has led us upside, and apparently they are leading us to the downside here today. Down 1.17% is Microsoft. Let's make this a little bit bigger. This bottom could be broken out today. 178 coming through. 178.03 maybe on a short here of Microsoft. Let's wait to see if that does come in. Brendan, what you got for us?
Big mover from yesterday, guys. Riot Blockchain just popping up on a volume scanner here. Big move down and then right back up again on a huge volume spike. So we're sitting here around 220, but had a nice run yesterday from this $2 even level all the way up to 260. End of the day about right in the middle of that range. But Riot doing some volume, guys.
And still doing volume, guys, is Sava. I just want to update you guys. I'm still short this name. It's actually the only short that we're working with here with the CCL. Still hasn't wicked me out of that long yet. And JCPenney, we did reload at 26. That's actually still holding in the money. But I do want Sava to break that $2 mark if it can. Roll through VWAP, get a bigger flush in. When these names that make these parabolic moves to the upside, I know it's down 70%, but it went from 110 all the way up to 285 with a couple of halts on the way. When they come back in and the buying dries up, you have some people caught long that guess it's going to fill in the gap, and they're going to exit at some point. Ultimately, they're not going to want to hold overnight. So when you're in the money and you've sort of taken out the profits already, allow it to make a bigger move, knowing what you might be up against. I think we're in the better position because we can get out here at 250 and be in the money on a 259 short. And if it flushes, you are looking at a potential of $1.60 once it breaks through that 2 even mark. So I do like Sava still. That's why we're still in it, not to get too far away from it. No need to get in and out. We're just going to hang on to this one for the bigger win.
Okay, guys, watch out here. Your boy's going to get into Softy soon, hopefully through 178. We're going to see about this one. We'll break it down to a 3-minute chart just real quick. Robbie, if you can, you can go to this computer, this little screen here, and we'll show what our setup looks like. And just for you guys, if it's your first time here watching us, this is our trade station here. You're seeing this screen, but over here we got a 12. Yeah, good look there. A few different stocks here, including ACB, Qualcomm, some Bitcoin action. We got Microsoft here, a 12-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute, a couple watch lists up here, the S&P 500, your chat right here, some Twitter action going on there. Follow me at tradertv Sean, and we're just doing everything here. So there's a lot happening. Oh, and I got this picture here. Shout out to my daughter, 5 years old, said, Dad, show this on the show. So there you go. There it is, Gia, 10:48. So I had to tell her that's what I'm showing it, because I think they're watching Maleficent today. It's the new Maleficent gets dropped on Disney Plus today. So if you guys have kids, I actually really like the first one. Angelina Jolie is pretty good in it, but my kids watch Descendants, which are the kids of these princesses, Maleficent, so on and so forth. I know way too much about Disney Plus right now and princesses, but I have the best princess. So shout out to you, Gia. Thank you so much for the picture.
You just mentioned Disney there, Sean. Feel like we've left this one on the wayside, and probably not with a good reason, as it is rubbing up on the high of day right now a couple of times, 106.70. You can see it consolidating off that top. It's kind of looking at breakout territory. It managed to hold that 106 that we liked, and now looks like it wants to break out through the high. So Disney, if we can break that 106.70, looks like a long to me. If the futures roll over, yeah, give this one a shot if it breaks 106 to the downside as well, guys. So if VWAP gets taken out, that's probably your retracement short. Otherwise, look for a breakout long in Disney. Now it's made an opening morning range here, 106.70. Brennan, what do you have?
Another name, Disney, that was on our watch list this morning. Make sure you guys sign up for the watch list so you can follow along at 9 o'clock every single morning starting on Monday. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. We really want to get to 30,000 subscribers, guys, so hit the subscribe button if you have not already. Here's a name that we were looking at earlier in the week, guys, off of earnings. Very weak today. NNBC just coming up to $10 even. You go out to a daily time frame. $10 big level for NNBC, guys.
Okay, Eric, I just put in the chat, what have you done to me? Because I forgot all about Uber. So I was, purposely, not purposely, but I did forget about it. So now I'm going to go back over and look at it because why not? We like Uber on the show, and Uber's been my worst stock of the week besides, what was that, Monday or Tuesday? I don't remember what day that was with the Grubhub news. I think it was Monday, but Uber was huge that day. But since then, I've been fighting it. And look, today, guys, good thing we're not really on this stock. With the amount of the share size I use and stuff like that, we wouldn't be able to make any money on this because it just hasn't really broken any key levels. We did get up here 32.70, only goes as high as 32.80, so I would have lost on that one as well. If it does break below 32.10, too much garbage down here at 31.90. So Eric, I called it up for you, but this guy won't be losing any money on Uber today. Just doesn't look appetizing enough for me to trade it. So we'll pass on Uber today, guys.
I don't want to continue to pass on Codex, though. I mean, I feel like this name is trying to catch a bit of a bounce here, and I'm going to look to fade this at some point. It looks like it's going to be that 19 even area once again. Once it gets to about 1860, enters that little chop, which we would expect, I'm going to dive into that little short trade. I'm now done with CCL. It broke back below that 1285. Maybe time to hunt some shorts in Carnival now that it looks like we're reversing, guys. So you have to have an out when you're playing trend. That's our last entry point. We got a dip to 91. We took some out in front of 30. Now we're grabbing that out at 1285. It's made a lower high. It looks like it's rolling over. I think we're going to work ourselves into some shorts off that high of the day or 13 even. But it is time for Money Talks. Let's go to the big screen. Brendan's got it for us.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's have a look at FX World. We had a number of economic releases out this morning. Obviously, we mentioned a few that happened in the U.S., but also over in Britain, the U.K., they had a number of different inflation, some manufacturing data that came out this morning, mostly to the downside. So I just brought up the pound here. You can see breaking this kind of low end of this consolidation area. So 122 was support. If you go all the way back to, this is March from the beginning of the year, you can see we're breaking to the downside here for the pound. We got all the way up to 126.5, 126 again, and now we're breaking to the downside for the pound. Under pressure today, down 0.8%, 121 and change. Canadian dollar also under pressure, even with some negative U.S. data out this morning. Canadian dollar is to the downside. The U.S. dollar actually bouncing a little bit. 71 right on the nose for the Canadian dollar. Japanese yen was positive, a little bit more than that, but back to about break even. Swiss franc is negative. You can see Australia and New Zealand both to the downside today. Cryptocurrency world not really doing a heck of a lot. 9,500 holding for Bitcoin for the moment as resistance. So we were talking about 96 and then 98 as a couple of key levels earlier in the week. Ethereum 1.4% to the downside as well. Let's go back over to Neil.
Thanks a lot, Brendan. I talked about getting out of Carnival Cruise and how you can sort of identify a trend reversal. Look, you get out that 1285, easy peasy. We started this one in front of 1240 to 1260. That was the breakout. You can see the executions. However, this should have been an immediate reversal. Now that I sort of look, I have a minute or two to think about this one. We probably should have done an immediate reversal once we noticed this, not just getting out of the long, which is fine. You save yourself some money doing that, but you got to jump into that short trade. It does look like it's going to be a short. I want this one at 85 if I can to at least that 13 mark, work into that band. I can tell you that there we go. It is definitely flushing itself down the toilet. Not flushing me down the toilet, flushing itself down the toilet on Cassava Sciences. There's that $2 break that we've been looking for. This is the rollover we've been patiently waiting for. Yeah, we've taken a couple of legs out for some good wins. Anytime I can grab 50 pennies on a $2 stock, I'll be happy with it. But we think this one can give us a dollar winner. We thought if it broke this $2 range, we has a shot to do it. I'm more parking in that 80 to 90 cent target area just because I do think there's going to be a bit of support at $1.60 when I was looking at the chart. Marcus, thank you very much. It's not that I intend to be short selling. I just find that you got to stick with your edge. And on these small caps recently, there were a lot of buyers that look like they run to the exits with an absolute panic. And I find it's easy to take advantage of that. And if I see those setups, I'm going to keep jumping at them as long as they work. Brendan, what do you got for us, buddy?
Just noticed Chesapeake here, guys. Halted, just posted that. Broke $11 on a huge volume spike and halted for volatility. They were talking about going concern issues earlier in the week, so we'll see what happens here with Chesapeake. Obviously positive on the day, up 30%. We'll see what the news is, guys.
Yeah, I know you guys are going to keep asking about the watch list. Valeri's going to keep dropping you that link. I know you're interested in the names. All of them today, with the exception of JCPenney, which I'm still long in, have been on that list. I see a bunch of you guys saying you're done trading for the day with profits. Yeah, you'll hear Sean Wright say that jokingly from time to time, but if you don't want to risk anymore because you've had a profitable day, hey, you jump into simulation, paper trade. The market is still open. You can always be learning something. At least that's the way I kind of think about things, even if you've made all of your money. Someone was mentioning a BLIN is at a bit of a bottom. Yeah, we got out here at 207. It's held that low at 205 and it's bouncing on it a couple times. This could be a bounce play now. I am thinking if we break through this 220 mark, like I said earlier, we'll jump into a long on BLIN. We only shorted for now, but now we're looking to reverse, much like Carnival turned into that reverse. I know you guys loved it. I hope you got that short.
Yeah, and a bigger, I mean, it depends on your share size, but oh man, I can't even show you Microsoft here. Let's go down to a 1 minute chart, guys. This is a 60 cent, well, it was 60 cents. This is now a 50-cent winner on Microsoft. Look at this, guys. Called that one. 178 break. Slap shot action, guys. There it is. It just keeps on going down. The money today, guys. The money today is what's important. We are cashing it. There's not one negative stock that we have. ACB, destruction time. CCL, ho-hum, that was easy. DraftKings, we still have you on. This is one of the big, long. Where do we lose here today? Microsoft, here's a short, bang it out. And then the other stock we have, oh yeah, Qualcomm. Destroyed that one. So today, guys, it's chicken dinner winners everywhere. We talked about that last week. My favorite cut of chicken, the wings. So used to be cheap, now expensive. But hey, when you're making this kind of money, it is all good today, guys. So yeah, Microsoft again. What another trade there. We are out of 60% of our trade here at 177.50. Those of you that watch the show, I don't need to keep telling you this, but I get out at those even dollars, right? Even dollars, halves, and quarters, just like the futures. They trade in 50s, 75s, 25s, and even. So there we are out. A quick 50-cent winner in 2.5 minutes. 50-cent winner. You guys are welcome. It's a cash register today for us, I guess. Let's go.
Absolutely, guys. And you guys are right. Someone was asking about JCPenney where my target was earlier. I'm just going to go break even stop now. It's having a lot of trouble, the secondary move. I really hope that you guys caught the first one. First move usually better than the second. That's playing itself out here. So I am taking it out in front of 28. It won't be as big, it looks like. Break even stop now. If it takes out 25 to the downside, you probably want to be looking short at that point, much like we've been trying to short this Codex. And it doesn't give you the pop that I wanted. We targeted 860 to be our target pullback. It got to 825 only and is now trying to double bottom. If Codex double bottoms here, you are at least thinking about a long, even though I prefer the short. If it can hold this 1760 area, it's going to give you a scalp long opportunity when you get an 1830 break. So you use that low of the day, VWAP retracement on the upside in Codex. As long as we don't break 1760, that's what I'm next looking at. Sava still in the money, that 50 pennies. And I want to get back to Disney. We are still looking for that breakout of the high of day on Disney. It did give one retrace here into VWAP and once again has managed to hold. So Disney looking very strong, relatively speaking, to the overall market. That's why we like that break at 106.70. Make sure you got that one on when it goes.
Yeah, Disney, good call there on Disney. We're still reining in on Microsoft right now. We've got to wait on that, though, to see if we can't get some money on Microsoft. I mean, we've already gotten the money, but we want more, of course. So we're going to wait to see if that one wants to go. Microsoft Codex here. I have not traded it yet today. We're going to be hammering this one through 1750. So we're going to wait to see if that one does come through 1750 on Codex. Not bad for a long here, but, you know, again, it depends on your style of trading. Easy for a scalp up to 1820. I think Neil's just been talking about it. I just want to give you guys an update, 1750, that I'll be going in on that one. So right now, yeah, Microsoft still falling, but we're not out of this one. We're going to wait to see how far down this can go. We are short now once. See, I can't even zoom out because of these little wicks here, but we have to go back a couple days here. I can't even do it. 176.20, 176 and change. So I think we can get 176 again here on Microsoft as we look to continue that stock to the downside here. But depends on the futures. 2,800 maybe comes through here. Nice little run back up to 2,850. Again, what a surprise. We stop at the 50 mark there again. So now we're heading back down. If we can get back down here, I mean, where the heck is Microsoft going to go? So right now, that is a flyer for us. Microsoft rocking and rolling here. Now down 60 cents. So there you go. Microsoft still tanking. Look at this move, guys. Follow me. I've gotten a whole bunch of new Twitter followers today. At TraderTV Sean. Follow me. We're tweeting these all out. What you can do is what Rick did before. You know, have your journal. Go back. Look at some of these charts that I'm talking about. Find out why we're short. Watch the show back. Time it out. You can see exactly what we're talking about. I mean, the fun continues on Trader TV Live. Ho-hum. 75-cent winner for you, Brendan. Let's go.
Going to Valeria, I think, guys.
Valeria.
For you.
Hey guys, welcome to European Update. Europe is in positive territory overall today, except for Spain being down 0.61%. Britain is up 1.48%. Germany is up 1.38%. France is up 0.55%. And Russia is up 0.51%. Quick news updates from Europe. London's Canary Wharf, the base of the large European banks like HSBC and Citigroup, has started preparation to bring more workers to the financial districts. Germany's economy dropped 2.2% in the first quarter. Spain reported 138 coronavirus deaths today, which is the lowest daily increase since Monday. That's all for today, and I'll keep you updated. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and back to traders.
I want to quickly jump to Chesapeake here. It's halted a couple of times on the way up. It looks like this is 1, 2. This is the third halt. Parabolic move here on Chesapeake, 39% to the upside. This all started at about $9 breaking out. We're now looking at 12.12 here. So obviously something going on here. I know Brendan will probably get the news to us. It should, if it's a volatility halt, it'll be open in a couple of minutes. And I'm always looking to see if it holds lower. But I am expecting something has happened here that I'm going to want to make sure we're aware of. Before you start jumping into a parabolic move, make sure you're not trading blind. Big time action here in Chesapeake. Should open in just a minute or two. A little bit of chatter here. I was talking with a couple of you comments on comments TV talking about JC Penney. You like the short? For me, yeah, this is a bit of a setup. I'm definitely dumping the long if we break 26. I'm not quite at the point of selling this one unless it breaks 25 even. I know working in front of that 27 makes a heck of a lot of sense. At a bare minimum, I'm covering these longs and getting out. Not quite at the short idea yet, but it certainly looks like it wants to roll over in JC Penney, guys.
Yeah, just tweeting this out, guys. I mean, Microsoft was just a monster right there as we just continue to take that out. Look where we got at 177.15. Yikes. That was a big one there. Microsoft, big trade. Tweeting it out, guys. Follow me, obviously, on Twitter, and you'll get these. And like I said, great opportunity to go ahead and watch some of the levels that we're taking. If you're a big share trader here, then yeah, you may want to consider watching a little bit more our show because it's been an exciting one. Once again, today, and thank you so much to everybody that has joined in and continuing to support us here. Microsoft, told you it was a little weaker than the market. All we had was the market to fall down. Obviously, we wish we were short here, but when you trade the kind of size that you need to make some real money, these kind of trades are cash. And look at that one, right to the downside. You had some protection up here as well, so this stock doesn't get any prettier than this one. But I think this time I heard Brendan. What's up, Brendan?
A couple of interesting names in the mining group today, guys, reporting earnings. Here's another one. CDE up 9.5%, right at prior resistance here. We're trying to break out on CDE on decent volume, but they also reported earnings pre-market that were better than expected. Guys?
Speaking of resistance, just looking at 1270 to 13, it looks like about 1320 on Chesapeake, looking like that. It's halted again and opened back up, and looks like it's going to be a south side. So it is below that halt range. It looks like we can get a lower halt now on Chesapeake at 1160. So it's failed finally and coming back in. That'll give a target entry on a reopen at about the 1210 to 1160 range. So there is the second halt. This time it's to the downside. 5 minutes, we're going to open back up here and look for a short 1160 to be able to hold that 1220 mark, guys. So that's your target entry point for Chesapeake here. Got to make sure we got some locates and are ready to rock and roll. But at about 1110, that should open back up. Looks like it'll be a good one. Sava obviously was already a banger on a bit of a retracement when it was parabolic to the upside. Going to do the same thing over here. Codex, guys, once again making a push through that low of the day. This one just keeps on falling. Brennan, what do you got?
Beautiful break here on SRNE. Man, I wish I saw this just below $5 here. Just got cracked all the way down to $4.50. 119 million shares traded on SRNE now, guys. Still up 75%.
I'm really missing Greg like crazy because, by the way, guys, I gave you this Codex trade, so I would be already huge once again on Codex, but script failed there. I didn't have the shares shortable again. You know, that's it right there. So I'd be 1 for 1 on Codex right now, short 1750. It doesn't get much easier than that one, guys. Gave this one to you, 1750 on the break. Unfortunately, I have script failed down here. So when Neil mentioned there goes Codex, thought we'd have another big winner on board. We should have another one. So that's a banger. We hit the slap shot for you. Hopefully you guys followed me on Codex there. 1750 short. We gave that one to you. Gave you Microsoft. Gave you I'm perfect today. So there you go. Now 17. There's 50 cents clean. And you don't even have to worry about that Codex trade, guys. That's 50 cents clean all the way down on one trade. So there you go, guys. That would have been a nice little move. My bad. Not used to having to get my own shares short there. I'm going to employ somebody at Day Trade the World to get these for me. There's 70 cents in the money. I don't normally trade Codex, but guess what, guys? When it's chicken winner dinner time and you want to feed yourself, follow me to the promised land. Let's get going here, guys. Codex, there you go. 70 cents straight down, called by yours truly. Let's go.
And the reason I don't give up on that JC Penney's until it fails to make these higher lows off the bottom, I am going to be taking out the long, but it's not a short until it presses some of those lows. So if 25 doesn't break, still to roll your profits. The long at 26. If I can get out in front of 28, 30 was the original. Now it's going to be 28. We did still get some out here. It really just looks like Chesapeake is a squeeze here. It looks like there's absolutely nothing going here. So if it was just a squeeze, that gives me some more confidence into the short. We're going to go ahead and pay for the ability to go short in this one. Looks like it's going to cost about 20 cents. When I'm seeing a target entry range of 50, and a retracement of 50% retracement gets you to $10. So you can make $1 on this type of trade here. So Chesapeake should reopen in just about 3 or 4 minutes. We're locked and loaded, ready to go on that one. Sava was a banger here. We only have 2 positions left. JCPenney in the money long and short Sava in the money. 50 pennies on that one. $2.50 stock. We'll take that all day. It's been a banger for us. But BLIN. Sorry, Sammy. There was a condition under which I would have gone long. That's now been broken. There goes 205. It is still a short, sorry to say. 2 even break might even be a good trade for you there. So hope you have, if you don't have that one, fantastic. If you do, watch out for this 2 even break. I wouldn't let it go past that.
Yeah, I'm going to pay for some shares shortable as well. And guys, again, I mean, it's going to sound like a crying baby, but there was a lot of money that I gave up there by not having this Codex short there. So sometimes you got to be a little better prepared for that. I did put in the request, just never got sent through. So 1750, that's the perfect setup there. A lot of money left on the table there for Codex. So hopefully you guys have that. I see Marcus there. Well played. Thank you so much, Marcus. Not only do I trade the big cap names, but when a stock sets up like this, that's a banger right there to the downside. Nice little trade there if you did have it. And yeah, I didn't, but there it is. So we talk about our winners, our losers, and our missed opportunities. Codex, that should have just topped off the day for me, but we do not have it. So we're just going to continue to move along here, though, guys. I do like that Chesapeake. We're going to wait to see. Did we get news on that yet or no?
Apparently just a squeeze, man. It looks insane to me. You get this kind of a parabolic move to the upside through 9. It goes 25%, now 33%. Before coming back in. When I get that downward halt, you know I'm going to stock this one out, guys. So if it opens above that 1160, I'm going to give it to 1220. If it holds 1220, I'm jumping into the short. If it opens below, we're going to have to try to sort something in this other band. That's at 1150, so 1120 range to 1160. So either band, if it opens lower, you can almost jump right in. If it opens higher, you want to make sure it fails to get through 1215 to 1220 or so, right up here in this range. If that happens, probably an even better short on CHK. Chesapeake should be opening up any second now. It's been 5 minutes, so I'm glued to the level 2. I'm glued to this chart. I want to make sure I don't miss Chesapeake on the reopen here.
Yeah, thank you, Sammy. I see that for you, buddy. Thank you so much for that as I get in here, hopefully shares shortable for Chesapeake so I can give you guys more and more winners as it goes. Sammy, thank you so much for that. Very kind. Everybody hitting that super chat for us today. The show is free, so we do appreciate all of that. I'm not sure. I'll do more analysis on Codex when we get back. What's up, Bren?
EVAX here, Dynavax, nice move today, guys. Just breaking to day highs. We're through 470 here, which is a decent level if you go to the daily time frame. Huge volume coming into this as we broke through 450 on the buy side. Had a nice day yesterday to the upside for Dynavax as well, guys.
Missed the initial entry right at 1120 on CHK here. It looks like I got 1190s or 1090 as an entry price. It looks like it was going to give you that 1120 price if you were really aggressive picking it up. I'm going to see if we can work this one in here. We talked about 1160 being the range. If it breaks that one, we got to be out of this trade and re-enter it at the higher band. So you saw what happened in Sava. It was a great one. We've been hitting these ones out of the park. At some point, I am going to take a hit shorting one of these parabolic moves when it comes back in, but it hasn't happened yet. We're going to stick with that same structure. 1160 is the stop. I'll try to build my position. We wanted 1120 as a price. I stick to that. I think it's worth risking about 50 pennies. Like I said, I think you can make $1 there on this retracement on CHK. Well worth paying for the shorts on this one because the volatility certainly should be here the rest of the day on Chesapeake.
Yeah, exactly. Chesapeake, we'll be hitting that one as well. I'll give you the winners when we go over. But look at Codex, guys. Shout out to Marcus if you did have this one short as well. This is probably, honestly, I mean, I don't know. We have so many calls. We're not negative on anything. But this might be the best one of the day here. This 1750 short, guys. Wowzers, straight out. I would probably, look, admittedly, probably be out here for 50 cents. Probably holding 20, 30% left of this one. But there it is, $1.50 in the money. So wake up, guys. I gave that one to you. This is just keeps on going down. I still don't have the shares short, but this one, big time trade, 1750. Shout out to anybody that had it. That money just keeps on coming through. So we'll wait to see here. Approval auction. It looks like I'm accepted here on Chesapeake. So I'm going to go over here and have a look to see if we can't find you guys more winners on Chesapeake coming through here. But right now, not doing too much. I know Neil's in this one. Let's just wait to see.
Bit of a buyer at 1125.
Yeah.
So there's going to be a battle here. 1160 is going to stick. I'm going to stick with my out, guys. This is the risk I want. I'm only going to risk that 50 cent move or whatever, but 1125, someone just stepped in. So what you can do if you're flat on this one, maybe allow it to take out 1125 before you jump into a short. If this guy goes and he just went there, we are short here at 1111. I waited one time for my last entry price to get that 20 price, but they've broken through that guy. So we'll see if we can't get the rest of our shares in, lock in that risk reward that we want. If it flushes down, fantastic. If it breaks 1160, I am done, easy peasy. Sava's still in the money here, but it bounced off too even. Brendan, what do you have?
One we were looking at earlier in the week, guys, CREX here, CREX, 35% to the downside on an offering today. Looking like it's just teetering right now at 275, looking like I want to make day lows. Guys.
CREX. I feel like we did pretty good on that one the other day, but I know I've definitely been neglecting CREX. I'm going to get my last entry point into CHK. I already have my stop loaded, locked and loaded. I like to look at some of those halt levels. It's more of a psychological thing. You don't really have, when you get parabolic moves, a lot of key levels to work off of, so you got to give it to something. I always like the risk reward on these types of trades. You are looking to hit a home run, and the cost of doing business, if it runs that stop, look, if you can't risk losing 50 to 60 pennies on Chesapeake $11 name and pay for the shorts, then you don't have to jump into this one, guys. You can be a long side player only on these parabolic moves up. It is a bit dangerous hunting these shorts, but it's a style that I like, and it works out heavily for me. So we're back in this one. Chesapeake short, still long JCPenney. That seems to have not broken 26, so I guess we're hanging out with that one until it doesn't work anymore.
Yeah, thank you, Marcus. And there it is, our biggest super chat ever. You are welcome for that one. How much money did you even make on that Codex short there? I hope it was a hell of a lot. That was any fantastic. Okay, I'll look at Donkey Kong again, DraftKings. We'll have a look there as well. That one, of course, we've talked about that. I don't have any negative stocks today, guys. So here we go. He's done for the week. The biggest win of the week. You are welcome there, Marcus. I mean, we love that. Thank you so much for your kind donations every day, it seems like. We love that. Okay, DraftKings here, yeah, VWAP 2740, already up that 9%. We can test down here again. What time is it? It's 11:15. Not sure. Let me take a look at some little bit of a longer time frame now, because the 1 minute chart, guys, is great if you're trading intraday, like at the morning, you're looking for key levels and whatnot. But now that we're going to have to hold stock for a little bit longer now. Let me see, 28.20 here.
Guys, alert, I just want you guys to know,
Yeah.
CHK, I'll flush myself down the toilet, but this is why you have to get out. I define my trade and my risk, and then when it breaks at 1160, if you don't cover, it's now halted to the upside. You do not want to get caught short when it's bounced after moving down, and then you're caught short trade into a parabolic move up, into a short squeeze. I think these are worth it. There was $1 worth of upside. Sava worked. We've had some of these trades all week long, but make sure you allow yourself to get out in front of this. Maybe it opens down, but there's way more risk that it retests the high of the day and you're caught with an 1120 short and this goes to 1260 on a reopen. That's way too much to be giving away considering what your upside is. So that's why we're going to take this one off. It's going to be a losing trade. Ho-hum. That's the cost of doing business. Sava was a good one. Chesapeake a little bit more dangerous, but I feel like the upside was even better if it had gone.
Yeah, I mean, that's why I stayed away from Chesapeake there. I just didn't really move as much. I mean, that 1080 was nice, but I don't know. I mean, I don't even know what the stock is doing. Again, remember, Chesapeake split like 100 to 1 not too long ago, so I'm going to stay away. Brendan, what up?
Yeah, still nothing on that Chesapeake. No news related to that move. Just a lot of volatility. GoPro, one we were talking about earlier in the week, guys, they got a couple of U.S. patents issued to some new technology earlier in the week. So it's been pretty positive all week long, up another 7.5%, just breaking 2-day highs, guys.
Yeah, beauty, Marcus, there, and that's why enough to buy multiple Rolexes. Look, that's why we're here. Maybe we should start charging for these calls, but a nice little play there. Great job, Marcus, on Codex. Where is it now? I mean, how much did you even make on this? Back down to 16, so that's $1.50 there win. Easy, no problem on that one. Still going downside, so maybe you could have had a Rolex and a Breitling if you had still held, but we'll see how farther down this goes. Marcus, you own any Breitlings, or are you just buying Rolexes? If you are, that'd be fantastic. You can come visit us, guys. We're on the floor here in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. Come join us for some fun. We have it every single day. Let's go.
Someone was asking, I think Eric is asking about Carnival Cruise. Yeah, bouncing off VWAP here, but I did mention a little bit earlier that we wanted to be reversing to the short side. You are seeing it hold the chop range from earlier in the morning. It made a high, it rolled over, it's up 4%, but the market has moved back down to the low. So I am looking to fade this one. I would prefer a VWAP break. If you do work into a short here, unfortunately, you probably have to give it to 13. So if you like shorting at 1280 and want to risk 20 cents, it's going to need to break VWAP, but there is some room to the downside. I'm going to jump into the middle of this range. It is close to lunchtime. I think you can range bound trade, similar to what's happening in JCPenney if you're watching it, where it's just giving you sort of a 10% up or down, and you can work the edges of that range. I think we can do the same thing here potentially in Carnival that hangs out in the 70s, short the high end of the range. Get out in front of VWAP. If it breaks VWAP, add to your position, not take off. So maintain a short if this is going to be a trend back to the downside in Carnival. We've seen what happens when these flush, especially in the afternoon. Why not give it a shot here in CCL?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why not, guys. I mean, get going here. I'm like you, Marcus, and some of our viewers. I have no loss from top. Just this. I'm happy if this concludes our week. But right here, guys, still on Microsoft. Look at that. I mean, we're basically out. We have 10% of our position left. Those of you that know me know that we like to get out 177.50. So that's out, and then we get out again at 177.13 ahead of the even dollars. So we just rock and roll on this one today, guys. We're gonna wait to 178.25. So right about here, and then we'll get out of our last 10%. But absolutely no losers on today. We haven't, still, my biggest stock, believe it or not, guys, still my biggest stock today is ACB. Here's our profit P&L per share right now. We don't even have, there's Microsoft, $2, Donkey Kong on here, Qualcomm, there's Aurora. And again, it's per share. So it's like, if I have 100 shares and I take out 10 cents, that's gonna add 10 cents to that, right? So that's how that works. But that's the only way we could decide how to show you guys, what stocks that we're destroying. But nothing negative today. Thank you, Marcus, for that big super chat. Let's just keep going. But here's your favorite, and I guess everyone's favorite at the big screen with, I guess it's our question of the day. What's up, Valeria?
Hey guys, first of all, shout out to our viewers for sending so many great super chats today. Thank you very much. We appreciate your support and we are very happy to see that you're making profitable trades with us, guys. If you don't know what super chat is, it's a new YouTube feature which allows viewers to pay in order for their comment or question to pin and show in a different colors. You can find super chat down below our live chat next to emoji sign. It's a dollar sign. And of course, guys, hit the thumbs up. We reached 600 likes. It was our record. It was our goal for today. Well, let's rise the rates and let's reach 700 on Friday. So we will be very excited for the Monday opening. And guys, of course, sign up for our free watch list. We will be starting to send it out on Monday. Hit the link I'm sending on the chat and simply put your name and email information. And also join us live. Participate in our new segment, Guest Trader. Just send your request to a marketing@tradertv.live and we'll see you live and all of our viewers will see you live also. And let's move to the question. Our viewer Simon is asking, is it important having multiple time frames up on a stock? Neil, could you help?
Actually, you know what? Someone just asked about Codex, and I'll go right here to that same name and ask why, and answer why you should have multiple time frames. Yeah, you can look at a 1, 3, 5 minute intraday, but look at a daily chart sometimes too. You want to find a bottom on Codex? Look at this 1580 level, previous resistance. If you want to go back into mid-April, you see it bounce literally off of that exact price. 1580 on a dime is where the stock bounced. If you go to a higher time frame, you're able to identify that. It's not that you sit there and immediately just punch long when it hits it, but if you are short all the way down, that's the kind of thing I look at when I'm trying to cover a trade and you're deep in the money. Where is the previous support? You see it there at 1580 when you go to that higher time frame. You're going to need that. Even if you're not using it every single trade, you want to make sure you have it or you check it out there when you're deep in the money, when you're looking to place a stop, when you're thinking about your risk to reward. There it is right there on Codex at 1580. Hope that answers your question there, Simon. Let's go to Brendan.
I just found this Rockwell Automation, ROK, up about 3.8% today. This thing's gone from 189 in the pre-market. We're at 199 now, so a $10 move for ROK today, guys.
ROKU,
sure.
maybe I can look at there with Roku. We could look at that one. Let's take a quick look at Roku. I know a lot of you guys like that. See, as you can tell, guys, I'm in chill out mode now, even though it's only 11:20. We'll still be trying to find you some names. Ask us more questions, anything you have. Valeria, if you see anything on there, I don't mind spending the next half hour asking questions and helping traders out. So if you guys need anything from me, drop it there in the chat, and I do not mind helping you. We are actually thinking about we talked about this already, and I gotten a lot of tweets for this, but private lessons and whatnot. We're not there yet, guys, but if you do have anything we can talk about, that's great. Roku, this is something that I would talk about in a private lesson for sure. Roku right here, building up some key support levels. We are consolidating right here between 115 and 115.20. If you break out past this level, we may get a winner again. 115.20 on Roku. This is just a 3-minute chart though. Sorry, that's a 1-minute chart. I want to break down to 3. Yeah, we got VWAP right here as well. It's so choppy today, it might just be a quick scalp, but 115.20, there it is. So you can be long right now. I'm not because I'm talking, and again, we use our hands, guys. Like, it's not like I can just magically say what I want. It has to be taken. But here we go, 115.20. If you do have it, it's right away in the money, 10 cents. But again, I'd get out of this one, 115.64, 115.65. If you do have this one, Roku, still going up. There you go, 15 cents. But that's a name that I don't mind looking at, but it's just choppy right now. Watch out for the futures. Would rather see some sort of a move happen here before we get too excited with any of these symbols.
Yeah, and watch out for Abbott Labs here, 88.70 key level. It just bounced very much like we just looked at Codex, guys. You see this 88.70 bounce. Previously, it was a big level. We ran 10% from there. It's literally right here, right now, testing that, which is also the pre-market bottom. It's already had a huge move to the downside. If it bounces in any way, shape, or form off 88.70, catches the move through 89, we're we're going to try out the long in front of low of the day. Brendan, what do you have?
Somebody was asking, just trying to see who it was there. Somebody was asking about Abbott Labs. Yeah, ABT moving to the downside in a hurry, guys. There was a little bit of news in the pre-market regarding the FDA looking into their COVID-19 test. There were some concerns about whether or not there were some false positives. Looks like the FDA has now said Abbott coronavirus test may falsely tell patients they don't have the virus. So not a good look for ABT if you pull that up, heading southbound, guys.
That's not new news. I actually read that this morning. It's a little bit more complex than that. If you want to read up on it, certainly it has to do with the way that they store the test. Abbott's going to claim that you're not supposed to put in any kind of chemicals, and then if you don't do that, it's accurate. But if you do and try and transport it, that it's not as accurate. So it's a little bit more complex than that. I'm just simply looking at the price action off of that dip. It's trying to bounce off a key level here. If you can catch it through 89 using that 88, using this low of the day here, 88.70 was a key price. 58 is a pre-market low. You can risk 30 to 50 pennies, and then a breakout here retracing any of this gap would be a fantastic opportunity. It's an easy risk to reward type of play here. We didn't get it on Codex, and that bounced off of its previous support level. Let's see if the same thing happens in Abbott Labs. Brendan, what do you have?
Yeah, just reading further on this. This was actually a little bit of an update here. Looks like 11:15 this came out, saying that they have actually done a little bit of a report into this now. So in the pre-market, they were talking about speculation whether or not there was false positives. The FDA looks like they are now confirming it. So it is looking a little negative here, guys.
Abbott Labs. Okay, we'll have a look at that. Look at Aurora right now. So let's go back into Batman mode here as we throw this out on the screen here. It looks like it's up 50%. We're testing that $10 level. What a great trade off VWAP. Again, missed it. Just been destroying this stock today, but only early, and we haven't traded it since. So look for a $10 break here on our favorite stock of the day, because it's our biggest money-making opportunity today has been ACB, and it's still my number one stock. And even though we have no losers on today, this is what happens when you put on risk and you take real shares down here. It was a monster in the beginning. Rewind the show if you can, guys, to about like 9:20 or so. We start talking about this. My first trade at 9 o'clock, we take it, then we take it again at 9:15, and then we take it again on the breakdown lower, and we just absolutely destroy it. Then we destroy it long at 9:10 upside. So we're looking for even more of a break now on this money-making day today on Trader TV Live. Wowzers, what a day.
Yeah, we talked a little bit about CCL. If you missed that one, I think it was Jarhead. You're asking about it. I did mention in front of that 1285, it's holding and bouncing off VWAP, and you can play inside of the range. I'm going to try and do that with a tight stop. Reverse back into the long. If we're holding VWAP, we can get a breakout at 85. We can go back into the long trend that we were trying before. The pullback would be over. However, I want to still expose myself to some of the short opportunity, take the quick 10-cent scalp. If it breaks lower, we can add to the position on a 1260 break. So sort of playing both ends here. We're short at 78. We'll get out reverse long at 85. We'll take some out in front of VWAP. We'll add if it breaks 1260. So it sort of allows us to play inside this lunchtime consolidation. And then if you get an extended move, we're able to sort of capitalize in either direction. So I do like that for CCL. If it breaks below VWAP and gets a trend going, then maybe we'll maintain a position to the short side. So far, it's been a banger to the upside. Now trying to short once again in Carnival Cruise Lines.
Okay, guys. Yeah, Carnival again. And I don't have to tell you. I mean, I took $3 or $4 out of that name already. ACB, guys. Okay, so here it goes. It does break through 10. We get 10.01s, 10.02s, sorry, and then it just falls back. It only goes as high there. What is the high? 10.05. So we didn't take anything out. We will wait on this one, and maybe it's overdone here. Maybe it is. We don't know. I'm going to give it. I mean, here it comes, just crashing back down. This is why, guys, we don't go very heavy. I talked about that here. That I was basically going to be done for the day. You don't go very heavy at this time of day on breakouts. I did see a question there about stop orders. I will talk about that. I'll put one in right now for you. Let's go over to a 1 minute chart, and we're just going to see where we're going to get this out if it does break. And I just kind of look for other resistance areas, right? And so you did have some resistance back down here, both on the upside and then again on the downside. So this is 960. This top here is 975. I love, again, just because you guys asked and I said I do it, I like trading the quarters, right? So 975 may be a good spot where you get out of maybe some of this trade because it's just retracing back down 25 cents. So we may get, there it goes, dropping back down. Again, I didn't put the order in, but that's a good spot. And then you do have, again here, 950 as kind of a bunched up area here. You don't want to get trapped because it could come down here and then just hang out, right? And if it hangs out in this area, then you're not going to be happy when it does break, because then your break spot's going to be down here somewhere, 940, 950. So sometimes it's good to pull the trigger a little early, but again, it all depends on your share size and what you're comfortable with, right? And if you have too many shares and you're already sort of breached your daily limit on your risk, then you don't want to give these things very much, because the worst thing is to say, you know what, I'm going to lose $500 today, and then you're already down 450 or something, and then you take this trade and it just blows up in front of you, and the next thing you know, you're down 700, 800. I'm sure you've all been there. So you do got to have risk management, and I like to use quarters or future or past, spots of consolidation. So this would be a good one. I hope that helped you guys out there a little bit with some of your answers. But this is cannabis and Aurora starting to head southbound off that 10 break. But I ain't giving up on this one, even though it's up 50% today.
I'm just looking at JCPenney. It's now turned into short trade. I talked about getting out of the long. We did go ahead and do that. Of course, you can see it's getting out in front of that 28 several times. Once it broke lower, I'm looking to hunt the short. It's going to be in front of that same pivot 26 area. So it looks like long to short, couple of breakouts, couple of winners. Now we're going to scout that short side trade on JCPenney, even though it's up 31%. Brendan, what do you got?
A number of mining names reported this morning, guys. AXU, another one here, up about 12%, looking a little top heavy though. 210. Looking like a bit of resistance here for AXU. Might give you a chance to the downside, guys. We are under 100 subscribers away from 17,500. Let's get there before the weekend, please. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. First off, hit subscribe so we can notify you when we come on every day, guys.
Wow, thank you guys for that support. We definitely love getting it. That's what we do here. We have a passion for trading. I think that sort of goes without saying, but we do enjoy to hear what you guys are interested in and what you guys are trading, hear about your success, your journey. If you want to be a guest trader of the day, and you saw Rick absolutely crush it when he was on here, it was a lot of fun doing that. Do let us know. Do drop that email to us, and we'll see if we can't bring you live on the show with us. So only a couple of positions left on here. I will throw the position board up with just about a half an hour to go. A couple of shorts here. Carnival, we did just start that one at 1278. It's working back down to VWAP. I'll take some off in front of VWAP and add on a break of 1260. Sava, we're still short at 259. No reason to get out of it, guys. It's at 215. Yes, it bounced off at 250. Fine. We just got into Abbott Labs on a 89 break. So using that high, that bottom support level that we looked at on the daily chart, of course, you see that one come in. You want to make sure, sorry, that's an APT. I want to go to Abbott here. You want to make sure when you're in front of that low of day, I'm only giving it to that price. If it breaks low a day, I'm going to be out of it. Yes, it's a downward trending stop, but if it bounces off a key level that we've identified, it's worth a shot for me to grab that little bit of a long trade. Next chop area is 89.50. That's a 50-cent winner right there. Or you get to move back into VWAP at 90. I think that's a little bit greedy and excessive. I'll probably see if we can't get that 50-cent winner on Abbott Labs.
Almost 700 likes I'm seeing that. Wowzers. And again, a big shout out to Marcus there. And look, there we go. Out some at 75, out some at 84 there. And now we'll hold the rest until we get down to this area, 950 or so. Like I said, just past this consolidation area is where we'll get out of the rest of our ACB. But yeah, see that break. This just goes to show you guys what Marcus and I talked about, Rolexes and Breitlings there. That might have been the time when you got to stop a little bit there. There it is, an HK 100. I have no idea what Hong Kong dollar is, but thank you so much, Christopher Chow. That's a big one. I just love that $100 mark there. So we will love that. Thank you so much. We do hope that this show is going to be huge, but we do not want to count our chickens before they hatch as you see them walking the side there. Let us know if there's any kind of cool graphics you guys want. We love this show. We love bringing it to you. Real traders, real-time trades. We're giving it to you, and we're also taking your questions, right? And so I think that's a big spot for you guys as well. Follow me at TraderTV Sean on Twitter. Follow us all, the show, Brendan, Neil, every single one of us, and we'll be there. It's been a fun day for sure. Still a half hour left. Let's keep this train rolling.
Brendan, what do you got, buddy?
CBET, guys, another one just popping up here on a volume spike. Huge volume spike just coming in at $12 here. Nice day so far, up 8%, pulled into $12, and a big buyer stepped up. So nice look for CVET, guys.
All right, you're going to get me tickled and jump over to CVET. I do remember this name. I do like the rollover. You do get a bit of a volume spike here. Otherwise, it probably wouldn't be on the radar. It's only done 1.6 million shares, and a lot of that just came on this volume spike a couple of minutes ago. But it is rolling over. 12 even looks like a nice little breakdown point to me, up 8%. You'd probably get a decent retracement. So you go ahead, you throw a stop order, make sure you got those locates, of course, to be able to go short. 12 even break on CVET looks good. But ABT, we talked about Abbott just sort of basing out off of that higher time frame. Second time I go to APT instead of ABT, my quote board. I got to organize that better, do it alphabetical. And we talked about this breakout. As long as I'm with a level that I like I said, you go back to the daily, previous resistance can be support. That's where it bounced. It's not a coincidence here that we like the long after it makes that same low. We're now in the long at 89. And a bit of a buyer here stepping this one up. And I see something like this. One thing you can do if you have a position is take it off when you see a buyer like that step in there. I'm still going to stick to my guns. I have a stop at that 88.70 level that we looked at from the daily chart. We want to see if we can't get up to that 89.50 mark, maybe make a run at 90. So my structure's in there. I'm going to ignore the level 2. I'm going to ignore the buyers and sellers and just sort of play the price action that we work with. If we can make another stand above 89, I think it's worthy of an add as you're reversing the trend. So that's the plan on Abbott Labs. We're in the money right now, 25 cents. We're almost 30 here. We'll take more than that because I want a bigger target than just a 30-penny winner. When you are risking taking a buy, a falling train here, Abbott Labs down $3 off the open here.
Yeah, wow, Abbott Labs, we talked about that one like Brendan said, and you said, Neil, as well, off the open. So, join us every day, guys. So we're talking about all these names. You guys like them, and we're giving them to you. Our special coming, though, on Monday. If you haven't hit that link yet for our watch list, please do so because I guarantee you you'll like what we have on that list. So we'll talk about that on Monday live on the show. Obviously, we'll be back here for you guys Monday. So we'll talk all about the watch list. You guys can let us know what you do think of it. But right now, Europe has officially just closed with its closing prints. So let's check out Valeria and see what she thinks.
Hey guys, welcome to a European update. Europe is closed now, and I would love to update you on the numbers. Britain is up 1.05%, Germany is up 0.89%, France is down 0.13%, Spain is down 1.09%, and Russia is up 0.46%. That's all with Europe. Hit the thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and back to traders.
Yeah, Valeria, you tell them. Hit the like, thumbs up, and get going, guys. Yeah, big trades here. And we're really happy. Thank you so much, Marcus. And the HK dollar there was Christopher. Thank you so much for that, guys. We're really, really happy, and we're really happy to continue to support you guys and your trading as we move forward, guys. Very, very happy to be here. And yeah, we hope this show can be just as huge as you guys want it to be, because sure as hell, we want it to be as well. 177, 178, still short softy. Hasn't taken out this spot yet. Would have been a great little reload spot, but hey, we still got this trade on. Again, no negative stocks today. Join the fun, join the party. Let's keep going, guys. Still 25 minutes. I want to thank Chris Vermillion from the Technical Traders, came through at 9:05. So if you guys want to see him, hear what he had to say, that was their live 9:05 today. So you can rewind that. You can rewind all of my trades. Check out the first 20 minutes of the show or not. You'll see the bangers on ACB as well, guys.
And just looking back at Disney, we have talked about 106.70. That's that high. It continues to hold the high end of the range and bounce off VWAP. It's still a breakout for me if it takes out that price. But hey, look, it just keeps on failing there. And if we get later on in the day, you get those highs and it can't break through. It turns into a shorting opportunity for me. So as much as I wanted to break out long on Disney, we still like it 106.70 if it breaks. We're going to grab this short if we can. In front of 106.50 here, somewhere in 30s, 40s, whatever it might be. Get a decent price. Hopefully retrace it into VWAP. Maybe add to it on a break. Like that structure. It's still a breakout. We can still have that long when it goes. But I think we should expose ourselves to some short here, as it looks like it's running into a lot of resistance at 106.70 in Disney.
Yeah, Disney. I'm going to check out Abbott Labs as well. I know you're in this one already. I haven't even looked at it here. So, okay, yeah, nice little drop off there. 89.40. Let's go long Abbott Labs, guys. If we could get above 89.60, I think that should be a decent trade here. Again, a lot of resistance right here and choppiness back and forth. If you get above 89.60. Oh, yeah, by the way, support and resistance coming soon, guys, on our market wisdom. Oh, yeah, we could drop those links too, Valeria. Why don't we do that?
Yeah,
market
absolutely.
wisdom here, VWAP trades and short selling. What is short selling? We can see that on. If you need to have that question answered, go over to our market wisdom page, drop those links there, Valeria. And it's short selling, VWAP. More to come today. Buying the dip and support and resistance. But right now, we never want to keep Brennan waiting. What up, my man?
Just seeing a note, guys, on Disney. Looks like Broadway's frozen, getting shelved for the time being. They're saying even when the pandemic ends and shows come back, they're not going to go ahead with Frozen on Broadway, guys.
Ouch.
All right.
A lot of disappointed people to hear that news. My daughter's obsessed with Frozen. Obviously, I think anyone that has a little girl probably knows a little bit about that. I'm going to get back over to the cruise ships over here. It's been a while since we talked about Carnival Cruise. I did mention what we wanted to do in this range. It bounces off VWAP. It holds 85. So I did get in a few times here at 78. You take the 10-cent scalp. We'll reload in front of 85. If it breaks that, fair enough. We'll get out and reverse to the long. But if it breaks 12.60, I'm going to be adding to the short position and hopefully building something below VWAP for a bigger move to the south side. So you can scalp win, fair. You can also hold for the bigger trade. Both things at the same time. We like to walk and chew gum if we can at the same time. Nothing wrong with it. Abbott Labs continues to hold in the money. It hasn't really gotten all the way up to that 89.50. Ignore this little wick. It never got to 90 in VWAP. If it had, I would already be out and celebrating. But it is trying to hold higher. It's holding above this 89.20 mark, which is good for us here. What we can do is maybe add to our position, move our stop up. It's a bit of an aggressive play, and what happens if it retests that low, you wouldn't have touched your previous stop, but you might get wicked out. But I do like the opportunity sometimes to average up as it works in the money. Move your stop down to about 89.15 or so, and then have a break-even stop as opposed to a losing stop, and then play this for a little bit more risk. So that's what I'm going to go ahead and do in Abbott Labs. Looks like it's trying to hold with a higher low, which I like that for a trend back to the upside.
Yeah, exactly. I just see that on there. Yeah, Shroom Champignon Brands through $2 now. Wowzers. Shout out to them. They were on the show yesterday. And Trader TV bump? I don't know. Shout out to Saul Gonzalez there. The Mexican peso is in the building now as well. So there you go. We got some Hong Kong dollars, some Singapore dollars. We got some pesos going. Maybe we get some Indian rupees soon. This is fun, guys. Let's just keep this show going. Yeah, we're making a lot. Look, we're making a lot of money here trading, and we are glad that you guys are as well, because that's what it's all about. What a fantastic day. The party just keeps on going, man. Microsoft now 30 cents back into the money on this one. This is the only real position that we have on. You know, I keep talking about Aurora here. It's just bouncing around. I'm still going to give it to 10. See if that goes. If not, we're pretty light on it now. We did, though, guys, fall and cry a little bit for this last trade. But again, I mean, even with this loss, Aurora still my #1 stock on the day. Actually, DraftKings just took it over with this loss. So DraftKings, my #1 stock on the day here. But right now, ACB just chilling around. We're going to give it to this 962. You guys talked about where do the stop orders come in. And they just come in at these resistance levels for me again. 962. We'll get out of the rest of these. But hey, guys, the day just keeps getting bigger and better as there goes Softy again. Welcome to 50 more cents. So yeah, we just continue to knock things out of the park here. Like, we make more money on this 10% of Softy that we have left than that whole Aurora trade goes. So here we go. Microsoft now just continues to fall. Great look there on Champignon Brands. I'm gonna call it up for you guys. SHRM there on the CN. That's our Canadian exchange there. CSE, 41%. Shout out Roger S. McIntyre for the win there, guys. Big trade on Shroom here. I mean, just to talk about it, let me show you the day chart if you guys aren't familiar with this one. Look at this. 15 cents back in March. Hello, $2. Even our production team, Robbie, losing his mind over there.
Yeah,
that's what you got,
big
Robbie.
time.
That's why you got to be in the market at all times, guys. Let's go.
That's a big time move. You can't say that enough, guys. And speaking of movers, look, I'm hoping Disney at this point, look, we talked about the long break in Disney. Now that I've entered the short in front of this high, I am now hoping that it does not go parabolic to the upside, at least not before I can make money on this little short. We did start it here at 106.40 like we talked about. We will give it to that 106.70 mark. I would love to be able to add to this, but it's a scalp in front of VWAP. It is a reverse long if we get that opportunity, so we will see how that one does go in Disney. We still have Carnival Cruise, but I did mention, of course, we did take some out when it got in front of VWAP. It's now broken. It has not taken 1260 yet. When it does, guys, I think it's worth adding to this spot. Stay net short. See if it can't retrace into this pre-market level here between 12 and 1225. Looks like it has a good chance to get there. Carnival showing a little bit of weakness as we head into the lunchtime hour, guys. So starting to get excited about this name.
There it is too, guys. We have the Polish Zloty here on a thank you, Vugar, there. Very great. Thank you so much for all of that, guys. The super chats today are getting punched out. Lights out to everybody today. Thank you so much. Maybe it's the non-stop winners we keep giving you guys. I hope some of you definitely have this Microsoft. Look, I mean, the super chats are great, but what I really would like you guys to do, drop this link, Reddit, everywhere you can. Tell it to your YouTube friends. Sign up. We have guests coming, guest traders coming through next week as well. I think we have 3 or 4 of them coming through. That should be really exciting. Shout out to Rick if you're still around as well. One of our guests coming up from Alaska. It's going to be fun times. Lots to talk about, guys. Also Netherlands. We're not going to drop names, but it's a worldwide show. Also from the U.S. So big time names coming through. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Software name, guys. Another earnings play here. New Relic, 10.3% today to the upside. You can see aftermarket, they blew out on their quarterly report, but 64 here needs to hold. Otherwise, we were trading at 58, 57 and a half even yesterday. So New R might be an opportunity, maybe even this afternoon. Let's go over to Valeria at the big screen.
Thank you, Brandon. And hey, guys, first of all, shout out to our viewer, Saul Gomez, for sending out 100 super chat worth. Thank you very much, guys. You're all rocking. Thank you very much for your support and super chats. Today we have a record number of super chats. And also, by the way, we need just 40 more subscriptions to reach 1,500 subscriptions. Guys, hit the subscribe button now if you haven't yet, and catch us live at 9 a.m. every day. Well, welcome to In Focus. Quick news updates in case you've missed. Shanghai Disneyland have been able to reopen, but Disney is on track to lose $1 million in earnings each month for the parks that are remaining closed. Starbucks sent letters to landlords asking to break the rent for the next 12 months, starting on June 1st. 5 regions in upstate and central New York have met 7 measures set by health officials to start reopening local businesses. That's all for today, and stay in focus. Back to traders.
Back to traders. Yeah,
Thank you very much, guys. I know Sean loves to say it, but I'm going to say it as well here. Disney, I happen to be in the trade anyways, but okay, we reloaded at 106.40. That's the same level we liked before. It rubbed up on it again, so we add to our position. Just sort of like the fact that we're in this channel. No reason not to stay in this trade. If it gets down to that 106 market, VWAP will take some off here. It's still a breakout long at 106.70. Don't worry if you're bullish on Disney. I'm still a buyer through that price. Just like the opportunity to get a bit of a scalp trade at lunchtime here if we can to the short side. So Disney, we're short at 106.39.5. We got Carnival short at 12.78. That's down at 65 in the money. We've already taken profit there. Still got Sava, and it's one of those things where if you're playing with house money and we had a huge win on Sava off the reopen, there's no reason for us to cover this trade. It keeps trying to bounce back. It keeps failing at these levels here, 230. Once it breaks 2, I think it's going to be a huge opportunity to get down to that 170 mark. I don't care if it happens at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, whenever. I'm giving this one either to break even or this last third is going to be an almost dollar winner for us in Sava. Brennan, what do you got?
You guys going to sound like a broken record, but wow. Yeah, day highs again today. We just got to another 52-week high, 116% on the day. For Sorrento, again, they had an antibody test that came out yesterday after market. They said that showed positive results in preclinical trials for COVID-19. So SRNE, huge mover today to the upside, still going. Thank you once again to everybody for the super chats. We really appreciate the support. Hit the subscribe button if you haven't already. We really want to get to 17,500 before the weekend, guys.
All right, got one here. We're going to do this.
That'd be Dane.
This is for you only, Dane. Here we go. We'll do this. The Valeria Batman, she's in the building. There she is there again. Valeria is the GOAT. And the thing is, why does that keep going? I don't know. Attention production team, Valeria going nuts.
I think
it's Dane loving that. Dane, get another
it's probably stuck.
What is going on? I mean, it's stuck. I don't know if it's stuck for me. There, I'm going to hit an airplane. See if we can take that off there. Shout out. Yeah, that's a lot of Valeria face there. But guys, there it is. Thank you so much to Dane there. Oh, and Valeria, she asked me before, what does a GOAT mean? Because I guess it's not a super, flattering thing maybe back home, but right now, GOAT is greatest of all time. So, greatest of all time. Not that you are actually a physical GOAT. Okay, so there it is, GOAT. Thank you so much, Dane. And guess what, Dane? We'll drop it. I don't think Dane will be minding of this one, but Dane will be on our show next week. So, Dane, shout out to Wisconsin. What up, cheeseheads right there. So, we'll throw the cash around. Dane, I hope you're enjoying yourself. It was great to meet you the other day. You will be on the show again, but yeah, there it is. Valeria, unlimited faces there, guys. So
yeah, absolutely. And we're jealous of Dane in Wisconsin. You were talking about going golfing and whatnot, but absolutely, anybody that wants to be a guest, we've already told you how you can do it. If you want to do it, give it a shot. I was just talking about Disney. If I'm going to play the range and play both ends of this and scalp and hold, you got to take some profit out. So we'll take the 20-cent win, and we'll floss that one off if you guys like that one, and we'll take the rest out in front of VWAP if we can. We're reloading at 40s. We're out at 20s and evens. We're breaking long at 106.70. That's the structure. If you've taken it, you're already profitable. But we like this trade as a setup for me when I get this type of consolidation. If it doesn't break the range, you just start counting that money. If it does, you make money on the break as well. I only have 3 positions: in the money on Carnival short, in the money on Disney short, in the money on Sava short.
Yeah, I mean, and we only have softy short, and that's 50 cents. So right now we're just chilling out. Thank you guys for all the questions. I know I just answered a bunch of them there for you guys as well. ACB coming back to the upside now. We're still holding on to this one. So here comes $10 again. Do we give this another shot here? 10.05 to the long side. And this is why, guys, you use these key areas as support and resistance, and we didn't get out. So we got out of some of it there, but we used 960. What did I tell you guys? 962, or it was down here. Yeah, 962 or so. As our out, we didn't violate that, thank God. We came close though, guys. We did not get out, so now we wait here. We're out of a little bit of it. We only have 40% left, 40% left of this trade, so we'll wait to see here. 10.05, I still don't mind taking it long one more time. Let's give this one more time, and this is what you call revenge trading. So if Aurora does break, we're gonna go one more time. The production team,
I feel like there needs to be a camera on these guys. They're absolutely excited about it. Look, we have an entire team. It's not just us here. We do have our boys on the 1s and 2s. We're having a lot of fun with that Valeria Batman. That was no malfunction. Obviously, they were just hitting it over and over again to have a little bit of fun, but I hope you guys are having a lot of fun.
No, it was a malfunction.
Clearly we are. You sure it was? I feel like they were messing around with us.
Well, they weren't even at the board. That was a malfunction for sure. So sorry about that, Valeria, but our viewers like it. Maybe they want us to change it to Forever Valeria Batman. I'm gonna try it again. Let me see what happens here again. One time.
No.
Two times.
It is.
Okay, see, like my hands aren't hitting it. Those guys aren't hitting it. We better stop it right now. I'm going to put a little cash sign there to stop this thing. It's not stopping? There it is. Okay, you got to fix that, Robbie, now. So it definitely keeps on going. What happens if I hit it again? What happens here? This has just been a mess right there. Okay, guys, you got to try to fix that. I don't know how you fixed that, but you did last time.
What if I hit it?
So
maybe
it's 10 times. There he goes. It's a 10 times thing here. There goes ACB now, guys. It's back to $10. So regardless of what's going on the board, our professional team will get that fixed up. up
Highly
there
professional.
as we go. But here goes ACB, and your boy's going to try this one more time. Let's see if we can't get some fireworks here on ACB to the long side. We're in this again, guys.
Yeah, everyone absolutely loving it. Look, it's only 8 or 9 minutes to go here. Let us know what you happen to be watching. I'm still scouting JCPenney here in front of that 27.28 where it failed before. This is where we're getting out of longs. Now that we want a short, it's going to be in front of that same price. So I'm looking shorts on JCPenney. And Marcus, I cannot floss. That's why we got a button for it. If I learn it, maybe we'll give it a shot. But not going to happen. Not going to happen, the floss action. I think you want Valeria to floss because I know she can do it.
Well, whatever. We can pop wheelies here. Valeria can do everything. 10:18, here we go. This is what we're talking about. All that money gets made right back. Your boy is still here. It's 11:52, and here we go. ACB out there, 18s, 19s. Let's just see what runs. We're long again, 10:05. So here you go, 10 plus cents in the money. Already taken out, guys. 52%. We're still pretty long on this one. We've got a third left as ACB taking it out. We're back. ACB right away. Bullseye goes right back into our greatest stock of the day. ACB, you're welcome once again. There it go, guys. I told you we'd give it another shot going long through $10. We actually did hold some of it. I talked about it. And then we go more long there on that break. ACB, welcome to the jungle. It's a gift horse, no matter how you look at that one. But you got to trade it properly. Out, short, back long, bang it out, bang it out, bang it out again. You're welcome. I'll be back Monday, guys.
And here comes Disney, guys. We talked about our target here. It's going to be 106. We're going to get out in front of it. I think you can add to a position on a break of VWAP, but I like to cover in front. If it bounces, it allows you the opportunity to reload. You take 20, you take 40. You can get back in on a 105.80 break if you like that. You can also get back in on a pullback. So at lunchtime, you might anticipate things move a little bit more slowly. What you can do there is get more aggressive with their entries and exits, make a few more trades, so long as you have the ability to. If you can only make 1 or 2 trades a day and you want to have this rollover short, then hang on to it for a 106 break. Look to see if it can take out 105.80 and then have a target out. We can do more trades than that. That's why we're a little bit more active, taking advantage of our edge as day traders and the ability to have that direct market access. So Disney added to the win list. We had it on the radar in the morning, didn't touch it until right here at 11:35. Only short. I just got into JCPenney as well, so 4 shorts now, all in the money. The JCPenney back below 26. I'm shorting this one in front of 28. See if it can't give some of that money back after it had that fantastic move to the upside. I'm glad some of you caught that 25 to 30 move. That was really, really good. Brennan giving us that name real time, guys.
Yeah, and here's another one. I mean, I've given you Microsoft. Okay, this is the only position we have on. Yeah, you're welcome, Jarhead. Thank you to that one. Please don't put that many N's because it looks like spam, and we don't want you booted off by the Google servers. But here we go. We'll update it right now. This is the only thing that we have on right now, and it's a 50-cent winner. And we've been talking about this one. This is the only trade I've had on Microsoft all day long. We don't have any losers on the board today. You can see all the profits at the bottom. Join me at Trader TV Sean on Twitter. I'm dropping all the charts there. We all have Twitter accounts, so join us. But I can't keep my mind off the markets, and that's what it is. I actually like the weekend, but not as much as I love trading. Oh, hello ACB. So if you'd still got some ACB on, guys, here we go. Back to day's high again. We gave that one to you, so there it is. Bullseye. The moneymaker just keeps on happening there. There goes ACB. I'm only in Microsoft, but ACB to the long side there. I hope you have that with us. There you go, guys. Wow, what a day to be alive. Let's go.
Brent,
hey guys, yeah. Jason saying hi from Australia. I wanted to say hi to Jason. Jason, I actually started trading on the ASX. So TLS was my favorite stock over there in Australia. All kinds of liquidity on the Australian market. So hey, I don't even know what time it is in Australia right now. Probably a little bit early. But hey, Jason, how are you?
Yeah, I mean, something that we actually do over and over again is show you profits, individual markets here. We can trade in Europe and day trade the world, over 60 markets that we trade. We usually have a night shift that Arun will run looking at the Asian markets. Right now, we're not doing it. Obviously, you have some social distancing, but throughout the company, profits anywhere and everywhere. I'm going to show you the top traders, not today. This was, of course, yesterday's session. So the top traders in the company, day trade the world on Friday, 19,000. Trading only in Europe. Second number 2, 17,000, trading all over North America, Canada, CME, NASDAQ, New York, NYMEX. Same thing, number 3, 14,500. Number 4 and 5, 13,000 each. European traders once again. So the profit is made across the board, day trade the world. I know we're trading primarily in the US and Canadian markets. That's just a preference thing. I know that's what you guys are following. We're here to show you what is active for us. That's what our watch list actually consists of. I'm going to drop you guys with just a few minutes to go. I will drop the update of a position board so you can see what we have on heading into the lunchtime hour. It's 4 shorts here, guys. Disney, reload at 106.40. I keep scalping this one off in front of 106 even, sorry. That is at VWAP. We also have JCPenney, just got that short at 26. Sava still short at 259. That's in the money, 40 pennies. I want 80 pennies on that trade. We've already taken a bunch out of that one. 2/3 already out. Hope you had that. Carnival still working that south side trade, 1278. That's in the money as well. Brennan, what do you got for us, buddy?
It has been an exciting day, to say the least, guys. We have to get over to have a look at what is happening, I guess, before the open on Monday. We still have some earnings to get through in this earnings season, but let's have a look at what is coming up next week, guys, to start the week as far as earnings reports are concerned.
Oh, it's my boy is there. DraftKings, probably the best stock. No, wait a minute, that's not right. DraftKings already reported. They reported today. So that list is wrong. We'll get another check at that. I'm not sure if any of these other ones report, but we do know that DraftKings already did come out. So that's why that's on there. But DraftKings today, just to review it, was a big trade for us. We're now near highs on that one. We go long, long, long. We hit DraftKings. We did have to take a little bit out there early on it, but it goes to the upside. DraftKings, great name. I will be on it regardless if it's not the trade for Friday, for Monday, but we'll be on that Monday no matter what, guys.
Yeah, I'll be back on some of these names that have been successful today. Look, if you're going to be looking at Codex, that was obviously been a banger for like 2 or 3 days in a row now, so you want to make sure you jump back into that. It's very, very volatile. Thank you, All Out Nerdy. What, season 3 is confirmed in Mandalorian, so maybe I shouldn't be shorting Disney because that's one of the few things they have going for them is that Star Wars franchise, to be honest with you. Marvel sort of done things right now. But either way, I've given you the structure of that trade that we're working in Disney. We're playing with some house money, working that short, breakout long through 106.70. It's been an awesome week. We've had a tremendous amount of fun. Make sure all of you guys here are tuning in on a daily basis if you can. It is all about that 9 a.m. start. We go over our watch list every single day, and we cover all those names, give you the levels, so sign up for that, and make sure you tune in at 9 a.m. Any final thoughts there, Sean?
I mean, thank you everybody for the super chats. Hit that. I mean, if you're not subscribed already, then I apologize because we've been hitting this every day. And if you like the excitement that we bring to the table, we work really hard on that. And it's because we love what we do. We're very passionate about it. And if you are as well, then you should be joining us every single day because again, the trades are real, the share size is real, the profits are real, and we give them to you for free. So if you know of somebody else that does this, let me know, but I guarantee you don't look too hard because you won't find anybody. What's up, Valeria?
Hey guys, first of all, sorry for incorrect earnings. Follow us on Twitter at tradertv.live, and I'll post today updated earnings for the Monday. Also, sorry for this incident with Valeria Batman. I swear it was not doing me. And guys, what a great day was today. Thank you very much for joining us. Welcome everyone to the trading family. Hit the thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you haven't yet. We will come back on Monday at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. We are breaking all the records. We reached 17,500 subscriptions and also reached more than 700 likes. Guys, thank you very much. We really love you and appreciate your support, and we'll be working even more harder for you. And of course, hit the link and subscribe for our free morning watch list. We'll be starting to sending it out starting on Monday, and become a part of our show for one day. Send your request to marketing@tradertv.live and you can trade live with us together. Well, as usual, I'm saying about national days today, and today is the National Pizza Party Day. Happy Pizza Party, everyone.
Okay, yeah. I mean, actually, you know what? Like I was talking about it already. We may watch Maleficent, the second one today. So maybe my kids can get some pizza going on there. Nothing wrong with celebrating that day. Thank you, Valeria. Some people, there's always a debate about pizza. Pineapple or no pineapple, Brendan?
Yes.
Yes,
always.
I say yes as well.
Barbecued.
Oh, with barbecue sauce.
No, barbecued pineapple.
Oh,
No.
barbecue pineapple.
I want to hear it from the chat, guys.
Wow.
Do you guys actually believe that you should have pineapple on a pizza?
Stepping it
no,
up.
I'm with you, Rob. We just heard in my ear. I like bacon on a pizza. I'll go with that all day long. But
Bacon and pineapple.
not for me.
Bacon
not
and
for
pineapple. It's called the Hawaiian, guys.
You guys can keep
bacon
that.
and pineapple, guys.
Just double the bacon up, baby.
It is pizza day today, so thank you so much, guys. Enjoy the time. If you took any of the trades I have, you might be able to buy a franchise, but that's great, guys. It's been a big day today. It's 12:02. Join the party with us on Monday. Enjoy the watch list that's going to be coming. If you haven't signed up yet, I see the link there for Valeria. And yes, there we go, guys. Thank you for all the comments, questions, concerns. It's been a great day for us. We love it. We love trading. Thank you so much for all your support. Let's wrap this up, Neil.
Absolutely. It's been a fun week. I hope you guys can tune in next week for the entire team here. Valeria, who we will not spin her face as much as we did today going into next week. It was fun. I still believe Rob did that. I don't think it was a malfunction. It is what it is. We'll find out later. And there is the spin. And for my good friend Sean Katina, I know that was you that time. I don't think you
No, it was me every time.
I don't think you finished a fruit salad because the better the day is, the more fruit salad is left over. I got mine at the desk. As always, Brendan Wickens doing a fantastic job giving us some live news as well.
Anymore.
Even Chesapeake. And as always, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We'll see you next week. Bye, guys.